Welcome to the bracket episode 130. Today we are not doing the best impressions bracket. We're going to save that because there are where the best impressions bracket is being saved. We have a lot of submissions.
This is Bam Margera.
You're really just on the MTV train right now.
But bump him. He's
gone. What do you call it? But we're saving the impressions bracket. There's a lot of good options, but when I looked at the bank, like over half of them are by the same guy. Respect to him. We're going to save him a little bit more because a lot of them are really funny, and I think that we shouldn't blow our load on it a little bit too early. Instead, we're going to be doing the best mall stores.
But that one's very time-sensitive impressions, so we can't wait too long.
Yeah, definitely can't wait too long.
Yeah.
So
strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly. Yeah. Tommy submitted his Wanda Sykes impression. I'm very excited for you guys to see his full.
He's done it on this podcast before, and then did we have to edit it?
We've edited it out every single time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one's there's a lot of good entries, so we're going to save the one for later. We're doing best mall stores instead. We got Junda on. Apparently a mallaholic. Just learned it right before we started recording.
Are you kidding me? You look at this guy.
Yep.
This guy probably went on dates at the mall. He's probably locked lips at a mall before.
Have you kissed at a mall, Rudy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on now. Y'all haven't?
Yeah. And then we have Glenny on as well. Glenny,
what?
The thing is that's good about this trio is that all three of us have been to like the same malls 1,000 times.
Yeah, we're operating off the same
Field.
mall, basically.
Yeah.
We're operating off Roosevelt Field.
And you guys completely destroy that bias, which is great too. So because you're going to be on the big side.
Field.
But you've been there?
I have once as well. Big shout out to my local mall, the Ohio Valley Mall. They DM me all the time on Instagram.
For a promo?
Best. What?
To do like a promo?
No, they're just like, hey, let us know next time you're in town. I'm like, all right, mall.
By the way, shout out to Malisek for taking it like a champ last episode. He has been getting absolutely eviscerated on every platform.
Death threats.
Like, bad. He
deserves it.
Yeah, he's been getting destroyed for his poopy shower antics.
Good.
But before we get into that, let's talk about Ibotta. This summer, we could all use a little extra cash in our pockets. Make sure you're getting cash back on all of your everyday purchases with Ibotta. It is the free app that gives you the most cash back every time you shop on hundreds of items, from groceries to beauty supplies to toys, so you can make sure that you're beating inflation no matter what you're purchasing. The average user earns $145 per year. That could cover the cost of an entire shopping trip, buy that flight you've been eyeing, that game you've been dying to go to, or the fancy dinner you've been craving. Other apps give you points that don't amount to much, but you can join the 50 million users and savers that earn cash back every time you shop from over 2,700 brands and retailers, including Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, and more. Right now, Ibotta is offering our listeners $5 for just trying the Ibotta app using code BRACKET when you register. Just go to the App Store or Google Play Store, download the free Ibotta app, and start earning cash back and use code BRACKET. That's IBOTTA in the Google Play or App Store and use code BRACKET. Speaking of Lowe's, didn't you go to what was that like giant financial disaster mall in Jersey?
Oh, the American Dream.
Yeah.
That mall rules.
That mall, it's one of the biggest failures of business ever.
Financially, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's awesome.
Oh no, I thought it was awesome too. I went. The only thing I purchased was one ticket to go through the Hall of Mirrors.
It is really cool. They have these, I don't even know how to describe them, little tiny animal rides you could ride around the mall.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, they're like motorized tigers.
They're tigers and giraffes, and you literally hop on them and you could ride around the mall.
It was the ultimate, driving by it as a kid. It was the ultimate, what the fuck are they building over their structure?
They got mini golf,
for a decade.
They got everything.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
They have indoor skiing.
Indoor skiing. Yeah, and indoor skiing.
But the thing is, they have a water park in there. They have the Shrek water park.
That's right.
Yep.
But so many people are walking around that mall soaking wet.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Jesus, it's gross.
You boys ever been to the Mall of America in Minnesota?
Oh,
No.
Hell of a mall.
I'm a vet of the Mall of America.
Oh, yeah, they got a whole fucking
it's the
amusement
Mall of
park in the
America.
middle of it.
It's the mall. What about the Edmonton one?
It's the same ownership as American Dream, right?
I
I'm not
believe
sure.
so, yeah.
Yes, KB, I have been to the Edmonton
I
one.
think that's bigger than the Mall of America.
Water park goes crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be in a mall.
A water park?
Yeah. Call me crazy.
No, it doesn't.
There should be.
Anybody
I wouldn't mind a
been to
mall
the
being in a
mall?
water park, not the other way
What?
around.
Any boys ever been to the Pacific Mall? Kenjac looks like he frequents the Pacific Mall.
Why is there like a lot of Asian
That's
shit there?
This?
Is it Asian?
Yeah, it's an Asian mall in Vancouver, but very famous. Russell Peters talks about it a lot.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
Yes, it's way too Asian for me.
You are Asian. How can it
So
be
there were like
Canada?
3 other Asians there. That's too much for Jay.
Canadian Mall is too Asian.
Too Asian.
The stores were too Asian, or the people visiting?
Everything.
Yeah.
I do agree with
All Chinese people.
Vancouver is more Asia than China.
How did
the fuck?
How did What was there a stereotype about Asian?
You want to run that back?
No, it's just like they got a lot of.
It is what?
More Asia than China. Vancouver.
What does that
Vancouver.
mean?
It is.
Didn't they have to put a law in that like Chinese people
more-
could only buy one property in Vancouver? They were just buying it all up.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Vancouver.
Seems wildly
Obviously,
racist.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of Chinese people in Vancouver.
Vancouver
Jesus.
rules though.
Yes.
The American Dream Mall, by the way, lost $245 million each year it's been open. Minimum.
How's that even possible?
That seems like an you
Well, they
cannot.
hardly have stores.
Yeah, that's right. You guys said you walked a long time before finding like a whole empty.
Really? No. They,
Not enough stores for the size of that motherfucker.
they have Beef Jerky World.
Okay.
They've got a
You're right. They should be in the black.
Yeah,
Beef Jerky is expensive.
very. I went to a place called the Beef Jerky Experience in Memorial Day weekend, and like when you see that title, I'm like, are they gonna dehydrate you? Like, what does that mean? The Beef Jerky Experience? It's just a regular store. Kind of sucked. 5 seed versus the 12 seed. The 5 seed is Lids. As one of the, I feel like that's the one. If you're going through the mall, you typically go in the Lids at least once. And
Ours
that's
was called Hat World. And then it got bought by
yeah.
Lids. Did you guys have Hat World?
Oh,
no.
I think we're straight to lids.
Yeah.
we had
Oh,
lids.
wow.
What was the
Hat
difference between Hat World? Was it the same store?
The same thing.
It was the same exact thing.
Okay, and that's going up against number 12 seed Bath and Body Works. We talked about this a little bit off before we recorded. Just like the smells of Bath and Body World, going in, taking a whiff of some things.
Your mom would usually take you in there.
Yeah.
Or I guess if you like were with a girl, never me.
Yeah.
So with my mom or with friends.
or your big titty aunt. You have a big titty aunt, right?
What the fuck?
Pretty sure you said that before.
I
on the show.
definitely have not said that before.
I'm pretty sure you said that before.
I've
Do
abs-
you?
Do you have a big titty aunt?
No, no.
You've talked
I really
about
All
don't.
those
I've-
tiny ones.
You have tiny little, you have tiny
All
titty
your
ants.
ants.
I have
Tiny tail.
average.
Mosquito bite ants.
I have average titty ants. I have ATLs.
No,
ATAs.
You mentioned that your aunt had double D's before.
There's no way I've said
You
that.
definitely said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy, I think you have.
There's no chance. Find me the fucking tape.
I think I actually made a social clip of it. That's how I remember it.
There's no chance.
So Lids versus Bath and Body Works. Start with you, Glenny.
This is easy for me. Like, you guys are talking about the smells of Bath and Body Works, but Liz was up there as one of my first stops. I love
The smell.
hats. I love
The smell of
hats.
hat.
I
Yeah.
still love hats. Always fun
Smells
to
like
look
hat
at.
in here.
Looking at the out of town hats, seeing all
I say that
those.
every time I go to Lids.
It smells like
Your
hat in here.
hat. Oh, nothing
Smells
but
like hat in here.
Nothing but
But
hat.
yeah, this is an easy lids.
Easy Lids, Tommy.
I don't think it's as easy, but I am going lids. There was a time where I didn't look as unfuckable with hats as a kid, so it would be fun to buy hats. Yeah, seeing the different teams that throwback. I don't know even if you don't always buy it.
Maybe like the Pittsburgh Pirate yellow hat. You see that, you get excited.
I would always love a
Yeah.
good Cincinnati Reds red hat.
Yeah.
Never would buy it, but I would look at it in admiration. But I did love the smells of Bath and Body Works. It's closer, but I'll go lids.
2 for Lids. Rudy.
Oh, it's Lids. I mean, Bath and Body Works was a bonus, a nice extra, but Lids back in the day was where the magic was happening. If you go to a Lids currently, it is depressing as fuck.
Really?
The workers move at an alarmingly slow rate.
They do. They always have.
Why do you need them to move quickly?
Yeah, it's just a hat.
I
You're
don't
getting
need
a
them to
hat.
move quickly. I need them to move at the speed of a normal life.
Mhm.
Whereas they move in a way that you can't even imagine. They're all bizarrely small now. They're very
Dudes.
It is like a
Dudes that work
closet.
at
They're tiny now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like being in Willy Wonka. But then the store is arranged all fucked up. Like there's no way to actually like move around. It feels like a traffic jam, even though there's only 3 people in there. But it's still Lids. Lids getting it fitted back in the day, taking that new bitch to the skate park. Yeah, dude.
You are right. I think the stores themselves have become physically smaller too. Like they're like a closet. Okay,
They
you
are,
walk in.
and they fill it up with the middle racks are filled with just the weirdest, most bizarre hats you can see.
Yeah.
And they still got Kangles in there. They have like the hats, the winter hats with the ear flaps on them.
Yeah.
When they took out the Red Bull hats, that's when the fall happened.
They still have like Hurley hats.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they still have like the beanies that have the tiny little brim
Yo,
that
the
doesn't do
brim.
anything.
Yes.
What a waste of material.
They still have the Fox racing hat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those are cool now.
Nick.
I like Bath and Body Works. I like the smell of the vanilla lotion. I believe I jerked off with that in one of my early JOs. Like one of my first JOs, I think that was probably my first lubricant.
Was
Vanilla bean.
oh
Remember I jerked off
Man.
with body soap or like a bar soap in the shower one time. Got in my urethra and it burned
yeah.
really bad.
oh.
I
had that
didn't
too.
know. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that.
Well, at least you're using
Conditioner.
soap.
One of my favorite scents is the, I believe, cucumber melon spray that they have at Bath and Body Works. But my lids memories are fantastic. I got my first ever fitted like hat there. It was a Tar Heels hat. It was tan. Walking out of there with like a Toronto Blue Jays flat brim, keeping the sticker on. And then I started to dabble with like the custom threading on the side. What would you call that? Embroidery.
Embroidery.
Yeah. You got to go lids. Hats are fucking expensive though.
Yeah. And we had overflow of hats
50
here.
probably.
$50?
Probably $50 for a baseball hat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. KB.
Yeah, from like 11 to 17, 18, that was the best. The hats from the fitted to the snapback era.
What fitteds
and
were
you kinda
KB wearing?
Give me a hat brick and mortar because you got to try it on and see how it looks in the mirror. I'd rather go to Bath and Body Works now, but give me lids.
Mm-hmm. What
Would you?
Yes.
I don't want. Yeah, I'm not buying a fitted cap now.
What fitteds were you wearing though back in the day?
I had the Reds, the Pirates, the classic Pirates.
You had the Atlanta Hawks, and I remember your
That was a little
Facebook
much.
picture was the flat brim Atlanta Hawks. Well, your head wasn't in it, but you had it like over your dick, and it was you holding that flat brim
this.
Atlanta Hawks
Yeah.
hat with a matching red shallow V-neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheah.
Yeah, it sucks because I'm with KB. Like, I'd rather go to Bath and Body Works now, but like the nostalgia portion, like lids was always a place you stopped in, even if you weren't in the market for a hat. It's just like, oh, let's check out the inventory, see what they got.
I feel like you can always buy a hat though.
Yeah, it.
Mm-hmm.
So I am a little bit older than you guys, but when I was like, snapbacks were not cool.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of came into like later, early OOs, as like pretty cool. But like my mall
The
going days was like early aughts, and like it was all fitted.
I've never heard somebody learn a term and then use it
Immediately.
a nanosecond after.
Yeah, that's
That was awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was kind of exclusively fitted. I mean, they had other stuff, but like 80% of the inventory was like fitted hats, mainly Major League Baseball teams. So, and throwbacks, but it was fitted in those days. So, lids, I guess, but yeah, Bath and Body Works, I think nowadays make more practical sense.
Yeah.
I think my experience in lids now is the same. It's just I go in and I look at a Vancouver Grizzlies hat and I'm like, that's cool. And then I just don't buy it.
Vancouver
yeah.
Grizzlies. What's that?
Making a mistake
old
in lids would
Grizzlies.
ruin your day though, because I bought a Pirates like the old like 60s 70s pillbox ones with a real
Yeah.
flat top, and I looked like a fucking moron.
I've had some bad hat days.
Bad hats.
Yep.
That's every day of Tommy's life, basically.
Yeah, I wish.
That one Rangers hat you had, it was pretty close, actually. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It made me every hat just makes me look like a little boy.
That aloe hat, you look good.
Yeah, it is. It is that black hat. Now the 47 hats are they're solid
awesome.
Yeah.
too.
The best.
They look the best on you.
They do.
could
If
say
I've
so.
had to pick a brand, I'd stick with 47.
Lids is going to move on. Now we have the 4 seed versus the 13 seed. The 4 seed is Auntie Anne's or Auntie Anne's, whatever you want to say.
Oh,
No, I'm not,
shit.
I'm not going to
I'm
judge
an
you.
anti-an, man.
Yeah, it's anti.
Me too. Auntie Anne's versus number 13 seed Discovery Zone. Discovery Zone submitted a lot. We didn't have one as far as I know in Roosevelt Field.
Is that like a Discovery Channel store?
It's like no, it's like a kind of like a little park,
Sounds pretty awesome.
like a little playpen type deal.
They had like
no?
sciencey toys, right? Like they had
That's
gizmos.
that's
gadgets.
Discovery's store, I think.
Oh, what's
Right?
Oh,
Discovery
then I don't know.
Zone?
Oh, I don't know
I'm
either.
thinking the Discovery Store.
Oh, Discovery Zone looks fucking sick. There's a ball
Yeah.
pit and slide.
Let me see, Tom.
Yeah, Discovery. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I thought too. It's like more like it's almost like a
pretty
McDonald's.
Is this even a fucking store though?
It's
like
it looks more like a giant McDonald's play pit, more or less.
Yeah.
Like or playpen, whatever they called it. They didn't have them at ours though, so like I just don't
Yeah.
have a reference point. But Auntie Anne's have a very strong reference point.
They are there a lot.
Yeah. So starting with you, Cheah, Discovery Zone versus Auntie Anne's.
Let's go with Tommy's big titted Annie Ann's.
I actually, I think if anything, you guys, I think Kenjac once said before, "Don't you have a big tent?" I said, "No. What the fuck are you talking about?"
That happened today, just like
No,
10
I
minutes
think
ago.
it happened one other time, and that might be what you're confusing.
Nah, she's got big natties. There's no question in my mind about it. Like the Edmonton Oilers lady. That was literally
Oh
Tommy's
my
aunt.
god, I wish.
Why?
Why?
Why would you wish that?
Son, fuck her.
What an icon.
KB.
Yeah.
The Discovery Zone versus
Auntie Anne's.
See, hey, I like Auntie Anne's, but it's not sweet nor savory enough for me.
It's
If I
sweet
want
if you get
something
the
sweet,
fucking
give me a-
cinnamon ones.
Now, if I want
Cinnamon
something
sugar
sweet, give
pretzel.
me a fucking cinnamon roll,
Oh, you-
Cinnabon, or give me a
you-
cookie.
you-
Great American. If I want something savory, I'm not going to settle for a pizza pretzel. But it's still good.
You stink.
Discovery Zone is amazing. It's like an attraction. It's like an amusement park. Give me Discovery Zone.
1-1 right now, Nick.
But any other amusement park would be more fun than the Discovery Zone.
But it's
in a
the mall.
mall,
You just hop right in. No,
Auntie Anne's, you walk past, it smells good. There's never a line. Get a Coke Icy, and it's cheap. And they have the little bites.
I'd rather have Dairy Queen.
First,
Auntie Anne's in a landslide.
Auntie Anne's in a landslide, 2-1 right now. Rudy.
I never got the Auntie Anne's hype.
There we are. There we are.
I think that
They're so fucking annoying.
I
Too
think,
busy having a fucking kale smoothie, gay boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gay.
I didn't say that.
I see you laugh from here. I can still see I can see you jiggling right now, and that's because of Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's is the
can't.
reason why
Jiggling.
America is falling.
Oh yeah, there is that picture of Tommy's chin.
Yeah.
Did that ever
Yeah,
make it better?
that was
It is.
tough. That was tough. We got what was your vote, Rudy?
The Auntie Anne's lemonade, I remember as a kid who loved sugar. That shit fucked me up. It was way too sweet. The Auntie Anne's at my local mall always had a line that was like 20 to 30 yards long. It was inaccessible. I'm with KB. The pretzels aren't even that good. It's like eating a piece of the Sahara Desert. Discovery Zone, I've never seen that. But the Discovery Channel store was amazing. But based on the pictures, Discovery Zone is all the way better.
2-2 right now, Tommy.
I just can't. I don't feel like I can vote for Discovery Zone, so I don't know what it is. I know Roosevelt
Thank you,
Field
Tommy.
had an Auntie Anne's, which was incredible. It was, maybe you get lunch at the food court, you get a little Ranch One. I know. Did any of you guys know what Ranch One is? It was like
Yeah.
a chicken spot.
No.
Yep.
Great chicken. And then, maybe an hour later, you get some Auntie Anne's. I forgot about the lemonade, actually. I do agree that was a little too sweet. But give me a cinnamon the cinnamon bites with the frosting.
Oh, yeah.
The frosting dip. Come on now. Auntie
You're my
Anne's.
man, Tommy.
You're my man.
Another one for Auntie Anne's, Glenny.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of the mall, truly, and this, I mean this, like the 1 cent, or really anything that comes to mind is Auntie Anne's.
Yeah.
The scent of Auntie Anne's just oozing down the hallway. You know when it's coming. You know when you're near it. Like Tommy just said, the cinnamon pretzels are truly to die for. I consider Auntie Anne's like a pervert food. Like that's how good.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like it's like
it
like
is.
perverted to eat Auntie Anne's. Like that's how like fat and gross it is. But and as good as it is, I'm really more just talking about the smell. Like the smell of it is, I associate that with the mall so much.
Yeah.
So it's Auntie Anne's.
That's like I think there's like a Lucy K thing like that with Cinnabon, where he's like, you
Yeah.
need to you be in a weird place to
Yeah.
ever eat Cinnabon.
Like you smell 3 storefronts down. You know
Yeah.
it's coming.
When they give you the
There's
samples
nothing more
too.
mall than Auntie Anne's. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
an Auntie Anne's out of a mall?
I
An
actually-
airport,
airport.
perhaps.
I actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw one the other day.
It's
in
only
the-
malls
never
and
have.
airports.
You saw a brick and mortar Auntie's?
No, in the Arkansas airport. It was in the Arkansas.
Oh,
airport.
okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, they only put them in places where people are trapped.
Desperate. Yeah.
You're not trapped
No one would.
at all.
Yeah. See, they don't work as a standalone because no one wants it that bad.
Right.
I've never been to a fucking Discovery Zone outside of the mall either, dickhead.
In my hometown, I wonder this aloud every time I go by it. They opened a store called Cinnaholic, which is cinnamon buns.
Got it.
Like they
does
call
that-
that hell.
How does that store make any money? Like you have to have hundreds of people come in weekly to turn any type of profit. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't be.
Yeah, there's no way Cinnaholics long for this world.
Because Cinnaholic probably sells actual cinnamon rolls, which are disgusting but delicious.
Yeah, I can see
Not
that.
just
Why wouldn't that
cinnamon
last?
dusted bites.
I've
Yeah,
seen
but
like
it's like-
cinnamon
it's like
roll
cinnamon.
places in the
Yeah.
mall and shit.
In the mall, but this is like an actual store with a door.
Had a door.
I didn't know it had a door. Forget it.
Wait, is it by your new house?
No, it's in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a very nice downtown. They have this place. It's just like, how?
Something's up.
Either way, Auntie Anne's gonna move on. Now we have the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed is Journeys, which maybe be a bit of a newer one. That's going up against number 9 seed Champs.
I don't know if I know what Journey is.
You definitely do. If you look it up, I think it'll stand out. So Journeys versus Champs. Champs, I think more of like a obviously sports stuff, but start with you, Balls.
I think I'm picturing the Journeys logo right now. I don't really know if I've ever gone to it. And I mean, I like Champs. I'm not the biggest Champs fan, but I would just go Champs here. I don't really know much about either of them.
One for Champs. Tommy?
Journeys does look familiar, but yeah, I'm going Champs. I mean, it was just cool to walk in there. There was a stop maybe after Lids, Foot Locker. You just go in, look at all the jerseys.
They're always next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some partnership, but yeah, Champs. That they probably got. I feel like they had sneakers at times too.
I think they definitely did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had everything. But yeah, I feel like when I think champs, I think jerseys. I feel like I got myself a decent amount of maybe old football or NBA jerseys at champs. So yeah, I'll go champs.
And a Kendall Marshall Lakers jersey for $10 at Champs. Rudy.
It's Journeys, no question.
Oh, this was
Journeys
an easy one for Rudy.
You go there for the culture and the experience. You don't buy anything there. They have the most absurd items you could ever imagine. Yes, they have regular Vans, but they also have the Converses that go up to your gooch.
Yeah.
They do.
And they have the shirts on there that said, "Oops, I forgot." And it's a 9/11 shirt. It's the most fucking insane.
Dude, I'm walking into Journeys coming out with like that Marilyn Monroe half like Day of the Dead skull shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get a do-rag and Vans.
I love it. Yeah.
It's insane. And the workers there always seemed like they were on the verge of getting fired because
They hated it. They were moved. They were not good employees. 30% of that store was checkered.
Yes.
Oh,
Checkered backpack,
yeah.
checkered shorts, checkered suspender. Why were they selling suspenders?
I don't know.
And then a seatbelt belt.
Yeah, it was an insane store. The only thing I think I've ever bought there was laces, and god damn it, they were checkered. I don't know. I never used them, but Journeys.
Laces. Nick.
Yeah, Journey, same here. I think I got a pair of Lakai shoes there. And they were like recycled, so it was made of all old other shoes, and they didn't even match. Just two. I think I just bought two different shoes, and but yeah, great experience in the worst way possible. I
Yeah.
like Journeys.
I'm looking at their store right now. It's Golden Girls, like hype tees, a lot of iron-on Reptar. Yeah, nothing great, to be honest. A lot of
Reptar, you would think, if you were somebody who's never seen Rugrat, you'd think Reptar was the most popular member of the Rugrats
Yeah.
crew.
very
Hardly at all.
Hardly even mentioned. KB.
So I'm picturing Journeys is like a Hot Topic, a little more mild.
It's like a PacSun Hot Top.
I always would go with. I could never rock any of that. Champs is for the straight white boys who like sports. They had everything you'd ever want, like sports memorabilia, shirts,
Yeah.
clothing, apparel, shoes.
So we're
Champs.
3-2 in favor of Champs right now, Cheah.
I mean, I'm saying that at home. It's definitely Champs. And that's a great point that Tommy brought up, is that Champs, Foot Locker, I don't know who the like top company was, but Champs, Foot Locker, and East Bay all basically, I don't know if merge is the right word, but they became like the same inventory. So if you go on their web, or back in the day, if you went on their website in like the early 2000s, they would be essentially the same website. So yeah, definitely Champs was, if I walked into a mall today, Champs would be one of the 5 stores I go in.
Champs is going to move on. Now we have the 1 seed versus the 16 seed chain game. We'll do the chain options first. First chain option, Dippin' Dots.
That's not a bad one.
I don't think it's a bad one.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess I don't know. Sometimes I just think of chain game as supposed to be.
No,
bad.
it doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah,
bad. That'll be in the honorable mention more. So Dippin' Dots, Sbarro, which I don't know that I've seen outside of a mall or like the Michael Scott bullshit one up here, but like that's basically it. Jamba Juice up there as well. Mrs. Fields, a lot of food ones so far. Buckle, which is one I texted Nick about immediately.
Yeah.
Buckle.
What is that?
It's not really around us, but describe Buckle.
Buckle is I went there. I went to a private school, kindergarten to 8th grade, so I only wore a uniform. And then I went to public school for high school, freshman year, and I had no like clothes. So I went to Buckle, and I bought a pair of jeans that was like 90% holes, and then a shirt that was like really tight and had a bunch of like records on it. And I felt so cool. And then I got called a bunch of slurs like my first day of school. And then I had to go to the nurse, pretend I was sick, and go home and change. Thanks to Buckle.
Next.
Buckle is like for off-duty magicians.
That's a really, 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 really good one to describe it.
Duty.
Dishonorably discharged me.
Dishonorably. After Buckle's GameStop, another one I think like more of a mall staple. Then one where this was on like every list you could find about mall stores. I've never heard of it in my life. We talked about it a minute ago. Wet Seal. Have you heard of Wet Seal?
I've heard of Wet Seal.
I've never heard of Wet
I
Seal.
never went in, but I don't.
What is that?
Is that an Oak Girl store?
It was definitely.
That'd be great. That make a lot of sense.
Here's what I remember. I think we had a
There's a
Wet
few of
Seal at at Roosevelt Field because me and my friends, we were awesome. So when we would we would take the day off from fucking chicks and we would take the bus to the mall and we would pose as mannequins in the windows so that people thought we were mannequins.
one of those.
Then we'd scare them. Yeah, it was fucking epic. And then we'd probably go back and fuck the chicks. But I do remember the Wet Seal had a good window for that. So Wet Seal holds a special place in my heart.
I don't remember Wet Seal.
What is, I don't
It
know
was
what
definitely
It's like
for
a fast
girls.
fashion brand for girls from what it looks like. At least on their
So
their
you're doing
old
girl
Victoria.
mannequin poses?
Yeah, that's why it was believable.
Yeah, you're posing with. You're going in there. Did you grope them?
Yeah.
Tell
The
me,
mannequins.
you
Like grope
groped
the women?
mannequins.
the mannequins.
No. We would be our own mannequin.
At
And
a
then
women's store.
It was awesome.
after Wet Seal is the Disney store, which is another very popular one. So run through them again: Dippin' Dots, Sbarro, Jamba Juice, Mrs. Fields, Buckle, GameStop, Wet Seal, and the Disney store. Let's start with you, Cheah. Which chain option you want to go through?
Dippin' Dots is trash. That's been the ice cream of the future for like 30 years. I was at
Yeah, we're not there yet.
a sporting event like 3 weeks ago, and there was a Dippin' Dots there. It's the only ice cream. It sucks.
I actually think I agree. I got excited when you said Dippin' Dots. Dippin' Dots does kind of suck.
Yeah.
I think Dippin' Dots rocks.
Yeah, that's great.
I enjoy
I
it.
think it's refreshing and good.
The rainbow.
Oh, yeah, I like it too.
Italian
That's my
ice,
favorite one,
So that becomes like a liquid.
and that's the best part.
When it comes to liquid, yeah.
no. But it like
Melts?
it stains hands.
Ah,
I don't know if that's supposed to be ingested, but I guess Dippin' Dots has different standards.
it's the ice cream.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Sbarro's just because it is the official food of Fun Cheah. That was the
Of what?
in college they had a Sbarro's and our like food or like cafeteria, and if I was gonna get super drunk that night, Sbarro's was the dinner.
What's Fun Cheah? Did you just mean Cheah in college?
I just get super drunk.
Uh-oh, Che's about to get his pizza.
Oh, he's got Sbarro.
Ooh, look out. Fun guy.
Tell us a little more about Fun Cheah.
Yeah.
All my audio cut out.
Oh.
I can't hear you guys.
Oh.
They want to know more about Fun Cheah.
Oh, I mean, if I was getting Sbarro's, I mean that's a 12 to 20 beer night.
Oh
go.
my God, Cheah. 20 beers?
I have, yeah.
I don't. It's almost difficult to
Yeah,
believe.
that's a night you're staying out till like 6 in the morning. That's a very fun night. We're starting beer pong at like 8:30 to 9:30. Not going out till like midnight. Going to the party too late. Maybe
I
getting
like
all
this, Cheah.
hustles.
Yeah.
You going to the Hofstra Strip doing this?
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah,
it,
brother.
it was in the Hofstra food court. Yes.
Yeah,
I think
amazing.
it's still there.
And to make, just for anyone listening, Hofstra was in, was it,
Uniondale.
It was on a highway.
yeah, but what's the town? Not
Hempstead?
Hempstead, the AIDS capital of the
Hempstead.
world.
Is Hempstead the AIDS capital?
It
I-
was. It was the
I
AIDS
would-
capital
I would
of the
say
world.
not the world. I would say
I
there's
live in the
other
town of
continents that would beat us.
Maybe just the country, but it was the AIDS
I
capital.
live in the town
It
of
was-
Hempstead. I didn't know I lived in the AIDS capital of the world.
Yeah,
my
it was
whole
the AIDS
life.
capital for a long time. So Cheah would go out partying in the AIDS capital. Fun Cheah, that is. Sorry.
Yeah.
One for Sbarro. KB.
Jamba Juice, because I crave smoothies a lot, and that they do it.
I got him.
I would go to the one in Penn Station all the time. You guys
Theirs
remember
are
that
more
one?
like yogurt. Like they're real calorically dense, and
A lot of the smoothie places put stuff in to make it better, but it's not like actually.
it hits a spot for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick.
I didn't know about Jamba Juice till I moved to New York, and there was one in Penn Station, like you said, Kenjac, and I thought it was like a healthy option. So I had a large orange dream from Jamba Juice every day for 2 years. I was like, why is my face a perfect sphere? Like you could see the peak of it. Like I was like doing like surviving Barstool, and and then I looked, and the only ingredients are 2 scoops of orange sherbet and 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, that's a treat.
And I had
Sounds fucking delicious.
I had 600 some every day. I thought I was being like healthy New York juice guy.
Jamba Juice has killed millions of Americans.
I think I have to go
so bad.
GameStop. I like going in
Yeah.
and getting ripped off. You know, I trade in all my games that are like a month old so I can get Borderlands,
Oh.
only to return that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I love Borderlands, but that's just how you did it. You would get $5 for like a new game by a smug,
they're
androgynous
So
employee.
Sweaty.
It's very sweaty, smelly.
Lanyard.
A lanyard with like too many pins. They want to fuck Jack Skellington, and I'm at their mercy.
Yep.
I have a dumb boomer question. So video games you all just like download on your system now, right?
Yeah.
Were we probably in high school at the same time?
No,
When did you graduate high school?
2004, my 20th reunion.
Oh, holy shit. Okay,
Yeah.
you look young.
Thanks.
Undeniably.
So wait, so you guys were in high school together. What was your freshman year? 07.
Oh my god, yeah, we were. So
You were a freshman when he was a senior.
he graduated in 04.
Graduated high school.
Yeah, so,
So yeah,
no,
04, 05, 06, 07.
Oh, you graduated 07.
No, I graduated in 10.
Yeah.
You-
So you did not.
graduated
there's
in
no
04.
overlap. There's a 3-year
no
gap.
overlap.
Different years.
There's a 3-year gap here. Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
What do people go to GameStop for anymore?
Yeah.
I have
Like,
no idea.
how is that being a traded fund? I don't follow any of this shit.
Wow, wait, I don't know either.
It used to
I
be.
think
I haven't-
that I don't know. Maybe some people like having the discs.
I think some
Going to
people like
midnight,
it.
midnight releases was fun, and
Yeah.
it was never even me buying them. I was with like buddies who were buying them.
I don't
So was
really
never
think
the
of
biggest game
GameStop
guy.
as a mall store though. Like,
Really?
I think of like if
Oh,
I
I
was
do.
going to
Yeah.
GameStop, like I'm going to GameStop. I think of mall stores is like you're there and you happen. Like I wasn't happening to stop at the GameStop.
I
don't know.
think clearly you're just a different way of not different way of living, but different setting. Like we did have a bunch of GameStops. There's like I could name
Yeah.
like 5 GameStops.
All mine were like in a mall though, or next to a mall.
We have like a bunch of random GameStops. Off the top of my head, I can think of like 5 that were in the mall for me.
Okay.
But I mean, there was one in the mall though.
But anyway, it's gonna be one for GameStop, Rudy.
Yeah, GameStop not being in the main bracket is a disgrace. That's the all-time greatest place.
Our mall is tiny, and we have 2 of them in the mall.
Jesus.
Did you
Shout out
guys,
Ohio Valley Mall.
did you guys have the OG electronics boutique?
EB
Yeah,
Games.
EB Games.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, GameStop is the best. I got to switch to GameStop.
Swapping
Is-
from Jamba to
There's nothing
GameStop.
better than going there, the culture, the hype, seeing the different massive Master Chief
Oh yeah.
full
Yeah.
size on there, like looking at games that you just don't even like.
Buying a used game, but it doesn't have like the leaf art, so it has like the handwritten what game it is.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And
That
then
was always so embarrassing
Oh,
to have in
yeah.
your collection.
yeah, and Nick nailed it. The tradition of bringing in 45 perfectly
In
fine-
demand games. Yeah.
in-demand games, and then you get 88 cents back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GameStop, incredible.
Did you ever hear about like those giant mannequins, right? Like Activision had one of those at their office, and it was like a guy, like one of the characters, like holding like a gun, life size, just like at their window, and someone called the cops, and like the SWAT like stormed Activision's
Yeah.
office because they thought it was
Really?
real. Like a real dude with a gun. Is crazy.
They took away the EB games from my mall, my local mall.
Yeah,
and
we lost.
I boycotted it for a year. I said I'm not going to the mall.
Oh, not going to the mall. I thought you meant
I
you
don't think it's a
successfully
business anymore.
boycotted EB Games. Okay.
I think it went out of business.
It did.
EB?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't it?
It's gotta
That
be.
makes sense. I
That's-
don't understand how.
Well, they like basically replaced them all with GameStop.
So another one for GameStop, Tommy.
Yeah, GameStop's making some good points, and it was fun. Also, they would usually have the demo game where you could go in and
Love
play,
that.
play it
Great
yourself.
point, Tommy.
Play it against someone. That being said, just out of respect for the mannequin challenge, I have to go with Wet Seal.
With Wet Seal, Glenny.
Yeah, it's tough. Like me and Tommy mentioned, we have so many GameStops. I've never gone into GameStop in the mall ever, but all the points are amazing. Like we mentioned, the midnight releases.
Yeah.
like the midnight Madden releases. Those are just fun times. But I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but I got to go with the one of the ways that I am the way I am now is Mrs. Fields. They used to literally have a cookie pizza that I would get.
Oh, what
And
is
it
Isn't
was
that just a big cookie?
It's a huge cookie, and they would cut it in pizza slices.
It's a personal pizza cookie.
And they would cut it in slices, so it was literally a slice of chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It
Our
was
Great American did
It
that.
was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
sounds
mouth is
actually
watering.
sounds
I haven't had it in 10 years, 15 years, but it was literally just a dense, moist slice of cookie.
Which place makes the Bazooki? Is that?
That's
The
a
BJ's
BJ's.
We went there.
BJ's.
We went there on Storm Chasers.
Yeah,
right?
it was incredible. It did not
Best.
disappoint.
Yeah.
I told the boys we got to get fucking bazookies.
Yeah.
It's a great name for boobs, by the way. Spencer's versus GameStop now. Number 1 seed is Spencer's. I feel like it's everyone. Everyone mentioned Spencer's. Going up against again number 16 seed now GameStop. Glenny Balls.
Yeah. I mean, when I think mall, I think Annie Ann's Smell, and I think of Spencer's Gifts. I mean, for us, especially me as a young horny
Oh, yeah.
person, you go in there. The shirts are cool. They got great band T-shirts, and then you go to the back. You see the lingerie. You see the edible candy. You see I think even vibrators. The
Yeah.
horny games. As a young horny man, it's heaven.
Yep.
It's heaven on earth. And this is easy. I mean, Spencer's. It's gonna be hard to beat Spencer's.
Spencer's. Tommy?
Yeah, it's Spencer. I mean, when we first started talking about this, it was like Spencer's Hot Topic. And
Yeah.
I will say, in my head, I think sometimes I might have a hard time differentiating Spencer's and Hot Topic.
Sure.
I feel like they kind
Oh,
of.
come on.
What would be the main differences?
Everything.
Yeah.
You just knew Spencer's was Spencer's.
Spencer's was Spencer's.
Hot Topic
Spencer's had
was just
prank T-shirts.
That's
Hot
what I'm
Topic
thinking
band
of then.
T-shirts,
Posters.
patches. Think Spencer's was like edible panties.
Yeah.
Periodic table of beers, blacklight posters.
Yep.
Hot Topic was Invader Zim.
Yeah.
got it. Okay,
much
see,
all in
I'm
there.
thinking of
Topic
Spencer's.
didn't
Like,
have a bongzilla.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of shirts that
No.
said like "pussy, money, weed is all you need." That's Spencer's.
Spencer's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spencer's.
That's Spencer's.
Then I'm picturing Spencer's. Oh yeah, Spencer's.
Another one for Spencer's, Rudy.
This is going up against GameStop.
Yeah.
Oh, it's GameStop, no question. I
Wow.
never really enjoyed Spencer's because I just found it weird that it was always teenagers going in there and then adults working in there. I found that fucking
Come
weird.
get horny with us, kids.
And all the stuff in there was like, it was like they were doing prank stuff, but all of it was just shitty. Like it just didn't work. I didn't
That-
fuck with Spencer.
Bad take.
I didn't like that take.
I just didn't like it.
Wrong. Spencer
GameStop.
Gifts should be
It's
number.
on it.
Spencer Gifts should be number 1 seed.
It is.
Oh. I guess continue, Rudy.
I was done.
Okay. Spencer Gifts has my vote. We grew up with the founder
What?
in our area. Yeah. And
That's right.
yeah. And so I don't know. It's just the best. I love going in there. I love buying an orb that has lightning in it.
Had that? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Tesla thing, yeah.
They had weapons.
They had gear. You could, you know, you'd go to the greeting cards and you'd see titty.
Yep.
But it was always like shockingly dated titty. Like the Spencer gift cards had like 60s titties in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know why. Must be public domain breast. But Spencer Gifts.
Public domain.
Getty
titties.
image breast.
Yeah. KB.
Why do I feel like Spencer's had a bouncer?
They definitely had someone at the
No,
front.
that was just a guy that was always there.
Felt like it felt like the club.
No,
Like,
I
you
feel
go-
like
once
they
you-
might have.
There was definitely a guy usually near the front.
Well,
I
it
don't know
didn't
if it's
stop
the
young
bouncer.
people
He
from
wouldn't let
coming
you
in
near
if
like
they
the
did,
adult
yeah.
shit if you were obviously not an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
you
sense.
go to the back of Spencer's and you're like, oh, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
It was an experience. Spencer's is the best.
Spencer's. Another one. Cheah.
Got horny as hell in Spencer's in the Woodbridge Mall, Menlo Park Mall. I'd be fucking coned up back there,
Coned
up.
What the fuck are you talking?
looking at a greeting card.
What is that? What is that?
What's coned up?
What is that?
Does your dick have like a taper like that?
I mean, if you have a boner, it's like, you know.
It's not a bad
He's right.
term.
It's
I'll be
kinda-
honest.
Yeah,
It's not a bad term at all.
I've heard pitch in a tent,
Yeah.
ripped up, coned up.
It is closer to a cone. He's right. Cheah wins again.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
coned
so
up.
definitely Spencer's. I like GameStop too, but Spencer's.
Definitely more of a Spencer's guy. Yeah.
Were you a big midnight release guy?
I did the Madden midnight releases.
Yeah.
frequently.
We did Call of Duty, but I don't think I ever did Madden. I didn't know they did like release things like
Oh
that.
yeah. When I think
Oh,
of
yeah.
midnight release, I think of Madden. I did a few CODs too, but Madden was
Yeah.
Halo.
That was peak
Halo.
midnight
I
release.
don't think I ever did one.
Halo was crazy. Yeah. I think they wouldn't
I
have
did a
it.
Halo and I did a console once. I did the Xbox One.
Yeah. I think we the GameStop of mine would like sell out of games really fast. We'd go to Toys R Us, which would sneakily have all video games stocked up, but no one would think to go there for any like new video game. So they would just constantly have it. It's a weird little hack. Another store, which would usually be near a mall complex.
Near a mall, right across the street.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
Madden, I not only did midnight releases, I would not go to either class or work the next 2 days. Madden holiday.
Madden Holiday.
In like the
I fuck with
like
that.
early 2010s. Yeah.
Kyle, we just got a mass email. My big backpack. Is that yours?
I am ecstatic right now.
What
trying
happened?
to hold it in.
Kyle's lost like 13 backpacks.
Speaking of journeys, my Vans checkered backpack.
He's got a
that
mass
I
email.
thought I left it in an Uber like 3 months ago, and it has my social security card in it that I needed so desperately.
Go get it, man.
So long. I'm about to snag it.
Go get your Vans backpack. We
I
gotta
don't
do
need
it.
to get it.
We got to do an ad
Yeah.
anyway. You got the time to go snag it if you
Oh
want.
yeah,
That's exciting, man.
Wait, you got an email that it's in the office?
Yeah, they just found a backpack.
That's amazing.
Where?
Kyle's lost like 13 backpacks this year.
It's ironic. Like he's the one that
He
needs
just
like
he puts one on and then leaves it at like bars.
he needs like the Mincy thing, the air tag system going on. But yeah, before we get to the other half as Spencer's moves on, let's talk about Babbel. Close your ears, Cheah. Be a better you this summer with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't actually help you speak the language. Babbel's 10-minute lessons are handcrafted over 200 language experts by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. It's designed by can't even speak English, so I definitely need this. Babbel is designed by real people with real conversations. Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching so that you're ready to practice what you've learned throughout the world. It happens to us all the time. You'll be in a situation, if you don't speak, Spanish, or for me, Chinese most of the time, you could be in a tough spot. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is an equivalent to using full semester or doing a full semester of college. They have over 16 million subscriptions sold. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners right now. Get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/lights. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/lights, spelled BABBEL.com/lights. Rules and restrictions may apply. All right, shout out to Babbel. Don't never forget, I will say it every time. Jay once said he'd rather have $20 than immediate full fluency in a foreign language.
Fact.
Just an insane person. On the other side of the bracket, number 6 seed versus the 11 seed. The 6 seed is, little coincidence, KB just left the room, KB Toys. KB Toys going up against the number 11 seed. I combine these ones. I don't think they deserve two separate ones. Barnes & Nobles and Borders. I feel like they're okay. Are you okay with that being a combined pick?
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking getting smoked. Who's going to fucking choose a bookstore over KB Toys?
I think I know one person that...
What?
Yeah, I think I know a couple people that might pick this. Let's see. I want to see. Is this use the rack?
I think it's fine to combine them, I guess.
Yeah.
You got the backpack. This hasn't been open in months. Is there anything edible in there?
Let's see.
Is
Yeah, let's do
KB's social security
alive.
card in his backpack?
Show the camera.
Fuck is that?
Dora.
Pedialyte, booze, jersey.
What jersey? Is that?
Hey,
What the is?
A Kent State jersey. A second Kent State jersey?
Optimum Nutrition.
Optimum Nutrition
Okay.
jersey.
Combine.
I really.
Oh, if the card's not in here.
Oh my
oh,
god.
my best shirt. Yeah.
His best shirt.
My fucking Beats
Brown beats.
grinder,
Okay.
deodorant,
This is the bag of a homeless man.
socks, more deodorant, Q-tips.
Where were you going?
Oh, I took this everywhere. Shades.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there might be some glasses, toothbrush,
So everything.
You gotta run away from home.
crossword,
It's like your go bag,
Paper
dude.
crossword?
cash.
It's $2.
Oh, this was the Kratom days.
Dude, is your card not in there?
I feel like that's a front pouch thing.
Yeah.
Don't know him. All right, go on.
Is your social? Is it
Ease.
to what apartment?
That's two apartments ago. All right, this is big. Continue.
Wait, so you didn't find that? I do want to.
Social security card?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Everything being there except for the social security guard is rough. Like you literally have the entire contents of a bathroom and like foyer of a house, but you don't have
Oh,
your.
it's big as hell.
So KB, right now we're doing KB Toys versus Barnes and Noble / Borders. So Glenny, which one of these are you picking?
So I feel like I'm kind of a fraud doing this because our local Barnes & Noble is not in the mall. It's across the street from the mall. But I am a massive, massive, massive Barnes & Noble fan.
Really?
My mom used to take me and my friends there like every Friday. I don't know why. When we were kids, and we would go crazy. Barnes & Noble is awesome. They have different array of cool kid areas. They have obviously great books. It's just fun to walk around and see different books, classic books, history books, cookbooks. I still go to the Barnes & Noble by my house fairly often. This year I went during Christmas time, and I got some pretty good Aunt and Uncle presents at Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is an underrated store. I love Barnes & Noble.
Can I note
They,
great
they
smell?
have food in there.
Amazing
too,
Great
right?
smell.
The one has a Starbucks in it. Barnes & Noble rocks. I'm going Barnes & Noble.
One for Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, I didn't want it to come off like I hated on Barnes and Nobles. I do. The smell is huge. The smell of Barnes and Noble is huge. But to me, like when I think of going there, I think of like I'm going to get a book for a summer reading project, and that made me sad. Like I have to go here, fucking read this book this summer. KB Toys is just unmitigated joy. I don't know if you ever went to Lake Success Shopping Center. Glenny.
yeah.
That's where KB Toys was, and a Barnes and Noble, and a GameStop.
yeah.
I wouldn't consider that a mall as much
They
as
had a Ben's Kosher Deli in there as well.
I don't remember that, but
Sure did.
I must have it was maybe an outlet or whatever. But KB Toys was phenomenal. It was always like the secondary to Toys R Us, but it still had a lot of solid stuff. I got some great stuff there in my day. I'm going KB Toys.
And a good Modell's.
Modell's. I didn't
Great.
miss Modell's.
That was the big one.
Yeah.
And a Sears.
Yeah.
And I have our own deli.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1-1 right now, Rudy.
Where do you think I'm going to go on this?
Reading or toys?
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm guessing toys.
Yes, KB Toys was incredible.
No, it wasn't.
When I was younger, as a wee lad going to my local mall, that was my GameStop before I knew what GameStop was. They had the little ferret attached to the ball.
That's what I was just going to say. That was their premier item. That's what they had in the front in a cage. That was their premier item to get you in the
What's
fucking
that
door.
little fucking
Yep.
hamster shit?
Yeah, and you wouldn't even be able to play with it. You just put
It was always out of batteries.
Yeah, and it would just like flop around like a fish out of water.
That was so dumb.
But Glenny, my local Barnes & Noble was attached to the GameStop, and they had
really?
an interior entrance to the GameStop. It was like transitioning from heaven to
See,
hell.
that's nice.
But I do like Barnes & Noble now. It is a cool store. But if we're going based off mall stuff, KB Toys when I was really young was my favorite. I don't think I ever bought anything because the toys were pretty
Always really, really bad toys.
really bad. But the vibe when I was a kid there was where it was at.
The lighting in there is it liminal? Is that how you describe it? Like it's very odd,
Yeah, I didn't like it.
dream-like, fever dream state. I remember it was always very poorly stocked. And just I don't think I've ever bought anything from KB Toys. Maybe like a Razor scooter.
Yeah.
Our bookstore in the mall was called Walden Books, but I think it turned into probably a BAM, a Books a Million.
Books and
But
We didn't have a Barnes and Noble.
I remember going in there buying Martin the Warrior and like finishing it in a day, going back up, getting the Pearls of Lutria, and then shout out to all my Brian Jakes boys. Trill will know.
Yep. He sent me something funny the other day. I meant to send you.
Legend of Luke. I bought them all. I love that store.
We're 2-2 right now, KB.
Yeah, I love Barnes and Noble. It's so inviting. You walk in, you're like, yeah, let's do an hour. Let's do an hour and a half. It had toys. It had
Sure
like,
did.
You spent an hour and a half.
I would say it
at
had
Barnes
better
and Noble.
toys than KB Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have like little gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
They have as well.
Little toy
really
area.
comfortable. I love. Yeah.
They had
Barnes and
DVD
Noble.
section. They had all that shit. Yeah, and the Starbucks as well. I actually, so Cheah, it's 3-2 in favor of Barnes and Noble. I genuinely have no idea where you're gonna go.
I think this is pretty easy. I'm going Barnes and Noble.
Mm.
But
Asian.
I will say a couple things. Barnes and Noble, I think I brought this up on the Yak and we looked it up, and I just looked it up again and it's real. There's like a phenomena where like people have to shit when you go into Barnes and Noble.
Apparently.
I have
What?
that, just because it's really cold when you go into a Barnes and Noble, and when I get really cold, like go into a freezer section at the grocery store, or I get like a big chill down my spine, like I almost immediately have to take a dump, and I get that in Barnes and Noble.
There's a whole
almost every time. It's probably like 62 degrees in there.
there's a
Is it
bunch
so
of
you don't
articles.
sit down and read the book?
What?
Is it so you're not comfortable and you don't want to sit down and read the book?
No, it's just like I just get a chill, and then it's like, all right, it's curtain.
Ooh, when they have an escalator,
Yeah.
go upstairs.
I wonder why they keep. Is it something with like the quality of the book?
Yeah, I can see that.
Pages?
You know what I just remembered? I met Lauren Conrad at our local Barnes and Noble. I went
That's something you forget.
I went to a
That's
book
great.
signing for Lauren Conrad there.
I met Rex
Oh,
Ryan
you
at a Barnes and Noble.
specifically.
My
I thought
aunt.
you like bumped it.
No. My
here,
aunt. I was like
weird.
I was like,
LC.
I was like 13, and my aunt took me, and she was like, "You want to go to this book signing?" I didn't know who Lauren Conrad was really, but she was a pretty beautiful lady, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And I went. So Lauren Conrad's been at the local Barnes and Noble. That's nice.
So this is called the Mariko Aoki phenomenon. There's a whole wiki page for it. It's the Japanese expression, the sudden urge to defecate felt upon entering bookstores. I'm going to bookmark this one for later. This is a very, I don't know. I didn't even think this is a real thing, but that's crazy. I don't know. And they don't
I
really
get
have an
that
explanation.
anytime I go in public anywhere. I think
Barnes and Noble, unbelievable. Well, either way, Barnes and Noble is going to win 4 votes to 2. Now we have the 3 seed versus the 14 seed. 3 seed is FYE. It was For Your Entertainment was the acronym, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's going up against number 14 seed Rainforest Cafe.
Oh,
Rainforest Cafe versus FYE.
Malls were so much different.
Yeah,
this
we
is a
didn't have
battle
that.
of the fucking titans.
So Stephen Cheah, FYE versus Rainforest Cafe.
So I really like FYE, but I mean, Rainforest Cafe was an experience. Like you go, there's always the section of the mall where Rainforest Cafe is in, and you can hear it like
Yeah.
a tenth of a mile away. Like it's just so loud, from the thunderstorms to the monkeys yapping to the big, crocodile roar. Like Rainforest Cafe was experience. The food was never good, but it was
Really
always
bad
cool to
food.
just it was always just cool to be in that atmosphere. So Rainforest Cafe. Plus, you throw like the penny in or the nickel to the little crocodile pool. Give me the Rainforest Cafe.
One for the Rainforest Cafe, KB.
We never had one in our malls, but I would definitely go with the Rainforest Cafe.
And over
FYE
FYE?
was a little too bland. They had the goods, but
They sure did.
Yeah. Nick?
they had like movies and electronics, but not
Posters, tchotchkes, all that stuff.
They were like the first people hip to like mystery boxes. I remember I went and I bought like a cute, like a it was a mystery box. You would get like a cute keychain of like a food, and it had like anime eyeballs.
That's cool.
Not as
They
cool
weren't.
as...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. One or two for Rainforest Cafe. Nick?
I loved buying DVDs as a kid. I loved the bargain bin, especially of like old horror movies that just were like $3. I think I got Killer Clowns from Outer Space there, or no, I got Attack of the Flying Tomatoes there, I believe, for like $1. Do you remember that movie, Kenjac?
That does
Sounds
sound
familiar.
really
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, and I got.
Why does
Children
that
of
sound so
Corn.
familiar?
That was about the Anus live show, right?
Yeah, yeah. Good God.
Uh,
Big shout out, Laugh Boston.
Yeah. So you're going to stick with FYE?
I think I gotta.
Another one for FYE. I feel like if I had to pick for Rudy, I have no idea, because I feel like you're a guy that loves jungle critters, but you probably also love FYE.
Rudy got scared in Rainforest Cafe.
He had his mom pick him up.
You couldn't have been more wrong.
It's
I was in
thundering.
my element. I was in my element.
You wore a loincloth for dinner.
I was climbing the tree.
Wait, we should have a bet where loser has to wear a loincloth, be Jungle Boy, and Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, please, no, I don't want to lose. The FYE didn't make it to Colorado, so I don't know what it is. Like, what would you get? I've heard of it, but what do you
It was a
It's a
DVD store.
CD. I think of it more as CD.
Music, DVD,
Yeah.
Records.
It was too sleek for me. I want
Wait, I'm confusing with Sam Goody.
Very similar stories.
to
Very
Sam
similar
Goody.
story.
Okay.
FYE was like light blue logo.
Oh,
Orange.
fuck. I confuse it with Sam Goody. I
It's
like
very
Sam Goody a lot.
very
I like Sam
similar.
Goody too.
But FYE feels a little bit more Best Buy-y, doesn't it?
It's
a
like
little
the
bit more
electronic section.
commercial.
It's like the DVD
Right,
section
not
of
colorful
it.
enough.
Oh, it's not like a cool guy hangout.
No,
No, not at all.
Yeah, I would
No.
say so. No, I wouldn't say
More
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
still going to stick with it.
so Rudy, now that you know that versus Rainforest,
This is a blowout in my mind. Rainforest Cafe was a treasure of my youth. I loved Rainforest Cafe. You don't even understand how good of a vibe you have to establish to tolerate having mist from a fountain hit your fajitas and be okay with it.
Hit your
That-
awful
I mean, it was probably
fajitas.
so dry anyway.
So Rainforest Cafe, I loved it. So much to the point where I made fan merch for Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
you did.
Yeah, the Pain Forest Cafe. I made a shirt called the Pain Forest Cafe. It had a bunch of sad, possibly dead animals on it. It said Pain Forest Cafe, and then on the back, it had all the locations that have been shut down.
That's
just
sad.
for me.
Why is
Yeah,
it that every
but,
meal is bad? I feel like I've only ate there like 2-3 times. Every time, terrible.
It's always really bad.
It's not about
Yeah.
the food, man. It's about the vibe.
Yeah.
It's about the place.
Tommy?
It's about the experience.
Yeah, I really do like FYE. I used to love getting rap albums there when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Bow Wow, maybe Lloyd, maybe
All the
Lil
classics.
Romeo.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I got a T.I. there, maybe
Okay.
a Nelly and Akon. But the Rainforest Cafe, I don't know what it is. I have like a real thing for rainforests. I don't want to say it's sexual, but like I legit just like love rainforests. Everything
'Cause
about
you,
them.
you like them are damp.
I wouldn't say I'd fuck better in a rainforest, but I would go longer.
I wouldn't fuck worse.
No.
Yeah.
No.
At worst, I'm maintaining. Yeah, I mean, it is a shame that the food is borderline inedible. There's not a single good item
fair
on
to
that
say.
menu. But I think all restaurants should model themselves as rainforest. Like imagine if a good like a fucking Carbone or some good restaurant was like a rainforest, it'd be the best fucking thing in the world.
Wow.
we need way more rainforests, just settings like everywhere we go.
Chicken carbonara in a rainforest.
You should bring Carbone into Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
Did your aunt ever bring you to Rainforest Cafe?
I wish.
Dude, these things.
You would
I'd love to go there with the
massive
Oilers
knockers.
lady.
So you eat for free there. The waiters
Yeah.
know her by name. Another one for... Sorry, you're going with FYE or Rainforest?
Rainforest.
Rainforest. Glenny?
So this is very tough for me. I'm torn here. Where was our? Didn't we have one in? Was it Roosevelt Field? Like, remember when?
The Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been
The
the
green-
Source, to be honest.
I know. I used to go to them in one of the malls, even maybe Green Acres.
Green Acres definitely
and it was
had one, I
gone.
think.
But by the time I was like 6 or 7, so I didn't get to enjoy it that much. But I mean, as we've all been saying, the vibe.
It was
there
definitely
is
in one of them. I don't
immaculate.
remember
Yeah,
which.
and but FYE, I would go to FYE. They were my poster plug.
Yeah.
So like, I would love to go to the back FYE, flop through the posters, maybe see the horny posters. I still have a poster in my room right now. Jessica Simpson, Rolling Stone, 2006, Housewife of the Year. She has a vacuum. She's in
Housewife of the Year. What an award.
I remember that, Glenny.
Yep, it was amazing. So I would get all my horny posters from FYE. So it's taken me a lot to go against FYE here because they did. Like, I loved horny posters.
It's a formative part of you.
I think because of that, I gotta go with FYE.
Was it this one?
Yep,
You have this
yep, on my ceiling.
on your.
Yep.
Oh no! You know what that means?
Simpson on the ceiling.
It was
know what
it was
that
right
means.
above my bed, and now I have my
Yep.
elliptical there. But it was right above my bed, and it's still there right now. It's every day I'm on the elliptical. I see it. It's really right there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but because of that, I have to go with FYE. When we first started this, I was gonna Rainforest, and I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, holy shit, I forgot FYE. That was my poster plug.
Yeah.
In the back, straight to the back, they had 2 things of posters. I got
What worked up more of a sweat for you, the Jessica Simpson poster or the elliptical?
maybe FYE going through the poster.
The poster reel
Swap
thing,
them.
yeah. The like Rolodex. So Rainforest Cafe is going to move on. Now we have the 7 seed versus the 10 seed. The 7 seed is Sarku, Japan. Always handing out the free samples in the mall. So they might be a different name with you guys.
Yeah, I can interchange.
Yeah, so like whatever Japanese or Chinese place would hand out free samples in your food court.
hell yeah.
And that's going up against number 10 seed Sharper Image, another one people talked about a lot. People really seem to just really love the chair. Going into the massage chairs
Yep.
at Sharper
Yeah.
Image. So Sharper Image versus Sarku Japan, or interchange your Chinese or Japanese food place that was there. Glenny Balls.
For some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I always remember going into like a Sharper Image or a Brookstone, and then like saying you're too young or something to go on the massage chairs,
That sounds kind of familiar.
which annoyed me. And frankly, there's nothing more exciting than roaming around the mall and being thrown a piece of teriyaki steak or something
Yeah.
for free. I don't even know if I've ever truly eaten out of Sarku, Japan, but the free samples,
Yeah.
that was the highlight of the trip.
One for Sarku Japan, Tommy.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've definitely been in a Sharper Image, but to me, a core mall experience is walking around, getting as many free samples as you can
I
of
feel
that
like they never
teriyaki
do free
chicken.
samples anywhere anymore.
COVID. Fauci.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fauci.
Yeah, you're
thanks,
right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
But yeah, no, it that's like a huge mall. That's just, and like, yeah, never get the full meal there.
No.
Ever. But
But that's like a legit mall experience.
yeah, that's a
Getting free
huge
sample.
mall experience. Fill up and like maybe move your hat backwards
By
or
the blimp.
forwards. So yeah, I'll go with that.
2 for Sarku Japan, Rudy.
This is tough because so my I didn't have a Sarku Japan, but we had the Panda Express, and that was a huge hangout for us. That was the go-to spot. We would always eat there. It was
In the mall?
very important. It's a classic. Sharper Image was cool because of the chair, and every time I went in there, you'd think that you'd find something awesome, but it's just a collection of items that shouldn't exist that don't really work. The store itself blows, and it's no surprise that it went out of business. They would have like chessboards in there that could double up as like a drink tray. It was just,
Yeah.
it was just the things that it was just failed inventors charity.
Cool ideas that have no practicality.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. that is the epitome of America. We got to a point where we could start making shit.
I kind of agreed, which is why I'm kind of torn.
It was a beautiful look inside of
mediocrity.
it wasn't mediocrity because Sharper Image was expensive as fuck.
It was very pricey.
I'm trying to remember, did Sharper Image have, what was the magazine that used to, remember how,
Sharper Image magazine.
Yeah.
was that in the airplanes?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, that was
Mall.
Sky Mall.
Sky Mall.
Sharper Image
Similar.
did have a magazine.
Did we
though.
have one in
Awesome.
Roosevelt Field? Charlie?
They definitely had a
Yeah.
magazine.
I think we used to in the back right.
I gotta
corner.
go with just in terms of hours spent, laughs had, chicks stared at that walked by. It's got to be the Panda Express or Sharku Japan.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm going Sharper Image here. I think it's really cool when like good place to like buy a gift for your dad. Like whiskey stones. My dad doesn't drink whiskey. They always had like the weird like desk like kinetic desk toys that never stop
Okay.
moving.
Yes.
I know what Sharper Image is now.
I fucking loved it. They had like the mini pool table
Yep.
that was like for your desk.
I think I'm starting to
I fucking
remember
love
what
that
it is.
shit.
Yeah, it's basically like useless
I still love
knickknacks.
that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going Sharper Image here.
You're right. The whiskey paraphernalia was. They had so much.
You would think it's the most popular drink in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a lot of little desk trinkets like pendulums and
But yeah, there was a pendulum craze.
Garden.
Abacuses.
Abakai.
I would imagine that they are like the world's biggest purchaser of magnets, like in magnetic
have to be.
toys. Yeah.
Would have to be.
KB.
But I'd never go into Sharper Image. I think it was too sterile and stuffy and adulty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Gen T on the toothpick. I'll go the Chinese
Wait,
Japanese.
the
place.
what on the toothpick?
So's on the.
Oh,
on the pick.
Gen T is in general set. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, you should have
best.
picked up on.
I probably should have. Yeah. Cheah.
So I did love going into the Brookstone or Sharper Image and going on the massage chair, and they really changed the game because I think not like 20.
Usually, you guys are on the supply side of that.
Yeah, there weren't just massage chairs in the mall that you could put a couple bucks into. It was just that you had to go to the Sharper Image store to sit in one and try it out. But it's got to be the free samples. Yeah, General So's or any type of lo mein or beef in there. Hell yeah, give me the free samples.
Yeah, they would pack
Those are
up
better
those
than
chairs.
Costco samples.
Yeah. Now we have the 2-seed versus the 15-seed as Sarku Japan or whatever play your local places moves on. 2-seed versus 15-seed. 15-seed, we're going to have a little kiosk play in. So whichever
Yes.
kiosk you want to move on. First off being the emoji pillow kiosk. Every place had one. I don't know if they ever had a purchase made an emoji pillow place. Then RC helicopters. The guy that would just sit there driving around the RC helicopters.
I
in
love
circles.
those guys.
Yeah.
Or like the ripcord ones too.
Yes.
I think that yeah.
Then we have the iron-on T-shirt kiosk. So it's the ones that like make the T-shirt in front of you, like a custom tee or whatever, and they would have like all the sample ones up in front. This one's from Nick. The Dead Sea kiosk with the Eastern European women that sell you hand creams that are probably
They were slaves.
yeah they were probably like over
But
they were probably brought over in shipping
they would
containers.
flirt with
Oh, they would
would
flirt,
with
yeah.
10-year-old boys.
Yeah. And then lastly, the Cutco kiosk, which is in. I feel like I only saw it like once or twice.
What's
in the mall.
that?
It was like the Cutco
Somebody
knife, the
nominate
knife
that?
one.
Oh,
Yeah, like the knife kiosk. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the emoji pillows kiosk, the RC helicopters, iron-on T-shirt, the Dead Sea kiosk, or the Cutco kiosk. Start with you, Cheah.
Iron T-shirts were awesome, especially being like a wrestling fan in the late 90s, early 2000s, and finding a place that could make them, and they would have them displayed, but make them not the official WWE ones, but look just like it. That was awesome. So definitely Iron T-shirt.
One for the iron-on T-shirt. KB.
Yeah, I forgot about this, but the flirty salt girls. They were so attracted to.
They would also sell that head massager, and the top of it was shaped like every cockhead.
Yeah.
And they would like, come here. And they would make you tingle.
It's like, oh, you're so hot.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah, that
They
was
would call you
great.
just fucking
Your
hot.
fucking- your hands, your sexy hands,
So one other one for the
baby
Dead.
forearms.
Another for
Wow.
the Dead Sea
One of my
kiosk.
favorite unintentional ASMR videos is this creep going up to a chick who works at a Dead Sea kiosk, and she makes his fingernails shiny.
please send me that like right
I got
now.
you, Tommy.
Yeah,
I got you, Tommy.
yeah.
You're gonna love it, bud.
I'm excited to watch.
So you go with the Dead Sea kiosk lady as well, Nick?
Those poor women. Yeah, I was an ugly boy, and they wanted me so bad. They wanted to live in this country forever.
Yep.
Sorry, toots. Give me the lotion.
Rudy.
Oh yeah, it's the Dead Sea. I mean, we had one that was. Did you guys just sell like the stones, like
I
the
think.
like the amulets or like the jade
Oh yeah.
stones?
Like a mood
I-
ring, maybe.
Yeah, I had one friend that would just pillage that place. I think he stole a metric ton of those stones for no reason. He didn't give a fuck. But yeah, those ladies were incredible. You could smell them from 15 feet away.
Oh yeah.
And not mean a good smell, like perfume, and just intoxicating. They were incredible. I didn't like any other the kiosks, but that one was an experience to be had. And then walking away and being like, enjoy your time here while you have it.
Jesus Christ. Tommy?
Yeah, this unlocked like a memory that I, had suppressed somewhere. Like I don't remember but then once you said these these Eastern European or Greek, like dark-haired, middle-aged, pretty lady. And they had the energy of strippers, where like they would come up to you, and you would tell yourself like, "Wow, she really likes me."
She actually
like
for sure.
Oh, the way they would becken you with their eyes.
Yeah.
Come
on. Yeah, do they still have them? Are these girls still existing?
Probably illegal now or something.
It'd be a good idea for a strip club to just model it like the kiosk station. Yeah, I don't even care what the fuck they're selling, but
Tommy, watch that video I sent you. Just put it up to your ear. I want to see you get tingles from afar.
Yeah. Model strip
But like
club.
the video is very creepy. I think the guy was probably about to kidnap her.
yeah, I'm gonna like this a lot.
The funniest thing
I think
too
I've
is,
seen
like,
this one.
You get tingles?
I've absolutely seen this video before.
That's-
Not even
Get
kidding.
that nail squeaking.
Yeah.
It is funny, like this song and dance you do. Like you're walking by and you pretend like you don't notice them, and
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
for them to kind of do their like attack vector, like they're an airplane. Yeah,
Well, I
Getting
hate,
a little
you're gonna shop
insulted if
around
they
a little
don't
bit, and you'll
come up
come
to you.
back and maybe get it, and then they remember faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They remember faces.
they're great at their jobs.
Yep. Glenny Balls.
I don't remember what they were talking about. It kind of makes me sad, but
You would have loved it.
yeah, it sounds fucking awesome.
Number one
Just
rub and tug
just remember,
enthusiast.
like any kiosk, it doesn't even have to be like the Stones, but like any kiosk in the middle of the mall is usually accompanied by like a pretty,
Yeah.
like
a hot
lady-
Eastern European lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds cool, but I'm gonna go with RC helicopters. I enjoyed RC helicopters.
Yeah, the RC helicopters. Either way, that's going to go up against the number 2 seed Hot Topic. So the Dead Sea Kiosk versus Hot Topic. If we're talking about like 1-2 mall stores, it's Spencer's and Hot Topic. Maybe too similar, but we'll get that in. We'll work that out later. So Hot Topic versus the Dead Sea Kiosk. Lenny Balls.
So I don't know the Dead Sea Kiosk, but Hot Topic, I've always said like I was the biggest pussy growing up. Like I'm still a pretty big pussy. Like I used to not watch trailers at the movies. I would wait outside, and I legitimately because I was too scared of there being I was too scared of there being like a horror trailer, so I'd literally wait outside the theater, and I legitimately would not go into Hot Topic until I was like 15.
You thought it was scary? Like
I
too
thought it was scary. Like them playing all the fucking death metal and shit. I thought it was terrifying. So all the employees in there wearing their like knee-high boots, the way everyone dressed in there. It used to scare me, but there's just some fun allure about the Hot Topic being at the mall. Like, it's such a mall staple. You can't go against Hot Topic. It's not like I'm a Hot Topic fan. It's just it's synonymous with mall.
Yeah. One for Hot Topic.
Yeah, I mean, I've never bought anything
Yeah.
from Hot Topic. People who shop there and work there are definitely freaks, but it is a mall staple. So for that reason, although I do love those Eastern Europeans, but I'm going to go with Hot Topic.
2 for Hot Topic. Rudy.
So it's pretty much flirting with a Lithuanian woman or a full-size Marge Simpson T-shirt, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It's without question the kiosks, man. Like
Yeah.
that's you talk about an emotional connection, a unanimous, agreed upon thing that we've all experienced across cultures. I guess Hot Topic is the same way, but then those kiosk ladies were important to our development. Yeah, sirens.
2-1 in favor of Hot Topic. Nick.
Saying that Spencer Gifts and Hot Topic are alike is sacrilegious as all fuck. I'm a Hot Topic hater. I think it's for posers. I think, and now if you've seen them now, it's even worse than it ever was. I think it went heavily like the Japanese route.
Yeah.
Like it's very anime in there.
Been
And
loving
Rick and
it.
Morty.
It's very Rick and Morty in there now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Dead Sea here. I think Hot Topic, is that with a video that got Halsey famous? It was her singing weirdly in front of a Hot Topic.
Was it?
I think so.
That sounds. I would
No way
believe
of
that
knowing
without a
that's true,
doubt.
but it sounds very accurate.
Yeah, that sounds so correct.
I think so.
KB.
Yeah, I never even stepped foot in a Hot Topic. It was pure reject and outcast. It's like, hell no.
So you go Dead Sea.
Yeah, getting flirted with.
Dead Sea scrolls 3-2 right now. Jay.
Hot Topic did have some like knockoff wrestling shirts, so I was interested in that. But I do love older, attractive ladies. So
The
Oh,
MILF.
I don't think these women were older by
pretty-
any means.
Yeah, they were young.
how old are they?
Who could say?
I would say like mid-20s usually in my
I
brain.
feel like I would.
I mean,
I
if you're a
definitely wouldn't say
teenager, that's
old. I
way
feel like
older.
some of them are like maybe 30s, 40s, middle age.
maybe like
Yeah.
up to
Oh,
like
yeah.
35. I would say
Yeah.
in my brain anyway. Yeah. Dead Sea Scrolls going to move on. Before we get into the playoffs, let's talk about Rocket Money. Most Americans think they spend around $62 a month on subscriptions, but get this, the real number is closer to $300. That is literally thousands of dollars a year, half of which we've probably forgotten about. Thankfully, at least I started using Rocket Money. Did you start using it? You mentioned you were going to start up the other day.
Yeah, I have not yet. I was away last week, but it's still on my to-do list.
Out in the Ozarks, but you will be starting it up. Thankfully, using Rocket Money, we found subscriptions that we've forgotten about, and it's helped us cancel the ones that we don't want anymore. I always mention it in the Rocket Money app. Our ads, they've helped me find this Microsoft charge that I could not figure out. It was $16.32 every single month. Microsoft would not answer my calls about it. I went through the help center 15 times, couldn't figure it out. Rocket Money got canceled like that. It is the personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills, so that you can help grow your savings. Rocket Money can even help negotiate lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. They deal with all the customer service with you or for you, which is the best, because that is the just absolute worst of any customer interaction. They have over 5 million users and have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/bracket. That's rocketmoney.com/bracket. rocketmoney.com/bracket. Shout out to our boys over Rocket Money. Now we have Auntie versus Lids, first round of the playoffs. Powerhouse matchup. Start out with you, Cheah.
Auntie Anne's blows Lids out of the water. Glenny talked about it before, but just like the smell, like that is Auntie Anne's smell with the mall is as synonymous with movie popcorn in the movies in my mind. So,
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. One for Auntie Anne's, KB.
Yeah, like I said, Lids, Auntie Anne's isn't for me.
Auntie Anne's isn't for you. It is. I feel so gross after eating Auntie Anne's. Like,
For me, it's like if I want a meal, I'm gonna get like an entree.
yeah.
If I want a dessert, I'm gonna get something better.
Yeah. Nick?
I think young Glenn captured it most at the beginning of the motherfucking sode. There's nothing more mall than an Auntie Anne's. The smell is almost more powerful than the product.
2 for Auntie Anne's. Rudy?
It's all smell, no sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all smell, no sauce. I equate, and I'm ready to take the heat for this because I know they got
People
Auntie Anne's.
disagree. Yeah.
Yeah, people love Auntie Anne's.
Nah, you got your Wetzel's pretzel shooters out there.
Yeah.
True that.
Ooh.
True that. But I associate Auntie Anne's with being plugged into a dialysis machine. I think like it's just not a good use of time. Flat rims, lids, that culture. If you were a skateboarder, you know it's a big deal. It's like getting a uniform. Lids.
Skateboarders don't like pretzels.
Skateboarders love pretzels.
Yeah, they're big
Yeah,
pretzel
they
guys.
do. They
Yeah.
do.
So we're 2-2 right now. Tommy?
It's close. They're 2 mall staples, but I got to go Auntie Anne's.
Thank you, Tommy.
Unfortunately, eating a pretzel does not make me look unfuckable. Wearing a hat does. So I think
Eating a pretzel was almost a sexy thing to do. A soft
Oh
pretzel.
yeah, if I dip it in the icing and I've got the
No.
white dipping down my
Yeah.
fucking lips,
Yeah, you're right.
it's fucking sexy as fuck.
I've never had Wetzel's pretzels.
Neither
But
have I.
every time I see it, I sing it in the Indiana Jones theme song tune.
Wetzel's pretzels. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's it. Come on.
3-2 in favor of Auntie Anne's right now. Glenny Balls. Take it home.
Yeah, I know. We've all mentioned the scent, and like honestly, I haven't even had Auntie Anne's in probably 10 years. But every time I go to the mall, you just gotta walk by and smell it. They're,
You stop.
they're literally giving out. free
I want
smells.
Auntie Anne's so bad right now. It's
I-
crazy.
too.
and the smell is almost so synonymous that I'm smelling it like right now
Yeah.
by myself. Basically, you just know that smell so well. It's literally free smells.
Auntie Anne's going to move on. Now we have Spencer's Gifts versus Champs. Glenny Balls.
I mean, it's going to be hard. I think there's only one thing that's going to beat Spencer's for me, and it can have to do with the smell. So I'm going to go Spencer's here.
1 for Spencer's Gifts. Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely bought more at Champs than at Spencer's. But I do think going to Spencer's was like an event. Like you would go. It was. I think it just is more prototypical mall. So I'm going Spencer's.
2 for Spencer's. Rudy?
I didn't really love Champs because I played hockey, and that's just not a store that has really hockey gear. I always viewed Champs as just a place where you get like generic sports gear. Like I don't want to go to a store and look at baseball gloves. It's like the most boring shit I can think of. But I didn't really love Spencer's either. You want to talk about smells? Spencer's had a very distinct odor.
Did they?
in my mind, yes.
Can't remember.
I think of like
That might have just been one person who went to yours a lot.
yeah.
I think
Yeah, you went with like a stinky dude.
I think mine had a fog machine.
Oh yeah, it does smell like fog machine.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah,
That's
damn.
fair.
Yeah,
That's a
which is
huge plus. It has a fucking
No, but
fog
the smell of like the artificial
The smell
fog
of
is
it.
yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. But I'm still going to go Spencer's just because it's a staple, and I never really loved Champs.
3 for Spencer's. Nick.
I loved Spencer's. I was at this weird crossroads in my life. I wasn't drinking yet, but I loved like drinking paraphernalia. I thought it was cool to like have a funnel and like
Beer helmet.
the beer helmet.
So you had
Oh my
you
God.
had beer drinking funnels before you drank.
Well before I drank. Because at the same time I was obsessed with drinking paraphernalia, I was obsessed with Double D from Ed, and Eddie. So I bought a beanie from Spencer Gifts as well, a Guinness beanie, and it said like brilliant on it. Remember how that was there?
Yeah.
And so I wore that, and I never wanted to take it off. It was Argyle. And I bought at the same exact time like that arrow that you spun for who has to take a shot. I think I was in ninth grade. I didn't drink until senior year, and I was like collecting. I thought it was so cool to buy drinking paraphernalia.
I forgot they literally. That's like where I got my funnels. Like I forgot they were
All
the
from
funnels.
Spencer's Gifts, yeah.
Yeah.
They had like all the dice games and like all that shit.
The pong shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Shout out to Tommy's mom, Double D. Who was next?
mom.
KB?
I would like
Or
bring
sorry,
the drinking
Katie's, your
stuff
aunt.
to parties and not drink. I would like be the guy who would like lend the funnel.
KB?
Yeah, it's Spencer's.
Yeah. Spencer's Gifts. Cheah.
Champ Sports. I love Spencer's and being horny, but ball is life.
Spencer's Gift near sweep. So Spencer's Gifts versus Auntie Anne's to go into the finals. This is a powerhouse matchup. Damn near finals matchup. Cheah.
I might go Auntie Anne's. I think that's a little bit more synonymous with malls. And I think they're both great, so I don't think there's a right answer here, but I'm going to go with Auntie Anne's.
1 for Auntie Anne's. KB.
Auntie Anne's versus what?
It's Auntie Anne's versus Spencer's
Oh,
Gifts to go
yeah.
into the finals.
Spencer's.
1 for Spencer's Gifts. Nick.
Spencer Gifts. Spencer Gifts. Spencer Gifts is in a matchup, don't waste your fucking time asking me.
Rudy.
Yeah, it's Spencer's. I mean, Auntie Anne's we're talking about pretzels. It's the most boring food on earth.
3 for Spencer's Gifts to 1 for Auntie Anne's. Tommy.
I'm keeping it alive. I'm going Auntie Anne's. I look, I went to Spencer's a few times. It was great, but I've spent a lot more at Auntie Anne's. I've probably got more happiness at eating those pretzels. They're both very synonymous with the mall, so it's tough. But I'm going Auntie Anne's.
3-2 right now. Glenny Balls.
I mean, this is my championship matchup.
Yeah.
This is my championship matchup. I forgot that Spencer's, they had the funnels, they have the band shirts, they have the horny products,
Posters.
but they don't they do a poster, I think, but FYE was my poster guy. I mean, really, when I think of Roosevelt Field Mall, when I think of the mall, I immediately go to that smell. I'm pushing it to OT.
So 3-3 right now. We'll have our intern David split it for today. So you can break our tie today. Which one of these do you think is more synonymous or the better mall store? Spencer's Gifts or Auntie Anne's?
Have we talked to that?
Yeah, the mic should be on.
I ate a lot of Auntie Anne's growing up, but me and my friends would always go to like QCM and like go to Spencer's all the time, and we always liked the clothes, and we'd always be like, oh my god, look at like the sex toys and shit. It would always be like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
so it really is a hard choice. I ain't gonna lie, but I just love Spencer so much. It holds a deeper
Deeper
love in my
cut?
heart.
Yep.
Horny.
Yep. Well said.
Well, welcome aboard, Davis.
Welcome.
You'll do just fine.
So Spencer's going to move into the finals. Before we do the other side, let's talk about ASPCA. I think a lot of us are actually pet owners here, or is it just like me, you, and I don't know. Cheah, do you own a pet?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think
Maybe
so. I
does.
don't know why. Who does? Rudy?
I do not.
KB? Oh, that's
I'd
right.
like
you
to-
have
I'd like-
Piper, the cat, right?
I'd like to get one though.
Yes.
That's right. Shout out to those animal owners here. Today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier to get pet parents like you help for the cat or dog, whatever animal, the care that they may need. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program has been around for over 18 years, and they've helped more than 600,000 pets during that time. They allow you to customize your plan, helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are, because the vet bills really do add up. It's true. It's very true. You can make sure you know this before you get a pet, especially when you're least expecting it. It's simple. You just use their app to submit a claim, and you'll get receive reimbursement when eligible vet bills. You get them anyway directly in your bank account. To explore coverage, visit aspcapethealthinsurance.com/bracket. That's aspcapethealthinsurance.com/bracket. Again, aspcapethealthinsurance.com/bracket. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either an independent American insurance company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance. Okay, shout out to ASPCA. Love pets. Now we have Rainforest Cafe versus Barnes & Noble or Borders, but I feel like it's Barnes & Noble. So Barnes & Noble versus Rainforest Cafe. Glenny Balls.
I am going to stick with Barnes and Noble here. I do
Hell
like
yeah, Glenn.
Rainforest Cafe. I want to go to one. I know there's one still open on the Atlantic City Boardwalk.
I've been there.
I would like to go to that
Awful
soon.
food.
Oh, I'm sure it's horrendous.
Yeah.
I would like to do a little maybe this summer one day. I'll do a happy hour at the Rainforest Cafe.
You'll host a happy hour there?
No, maybe I will host a happy hour there.
Only stands live from the Rainforest
Only
Cafe.
stands live from the Rainforest Cafe at the
Yeah.
AC Boardwalk would be the most pervert event to ever exist. But yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with Barnes and Noble though.
Barnes & Noble. Tommy?
It's tough. It's going to be the second time I voted against Barnes & Noble. I do like it, but again, I've got this thing for Rainforest. I don't know what it is, so I'm going Rainforest Cafe. And it was like in the back corner of the mall, and you'd hear the and the fucking rain and thunder. Rainforest Cafe.
You'd make a great furry if you ever get into that world.
I just dress up as an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Thank you.
that's a kink that I think you'd be into. Rudy.
Yeah, you'd have a great persona.
Oh, persona would be crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You know what persona
This
is,
is
right?
very nice. No.
Is it furry
Assume it's
persona?
Like persona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that together.
Yeah, you'd be a great chipmunk.
Yep. Rudy.
Eddie, hey,
definitely
by the way,
Rainforest.
hold on, just real quick on chipmunks. We were golfing the other day. Eddie, I was a fucking gopher or like something gopher size walked by. Eddie thought it was a fucking chipmunk. It's like, Eddie, you know how big a chipmunk is? Eddie had no idea how big a chipmunk was.
That makes perfect sense. Sorry, Rudy. Rainforest Cafe or Barnes & Noble were tied 1-1.
It's Rainforest Cafe. It's one of my favorite childhood memories of all time. Barnes & Noble does go crazy. I know that I'm not a reader, but
You
it's
can.
a cool store. I can read.
Just it's
but,
with extreme difficulty. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually more of a reader than anybody because I had to overcome so much to do it. Yeah, Rainforest Cafe is legendary.
2 for the Rainforest Cafe. Nick.
Yeah, you reading like a pamphlet is like when Goku had to train in like 100 times gravity.
Yes, it's. Thank you for using a reference I know.
Yeah, there
Of course,
you go.
man.
Yeah.
There you go. In the hyperbolic time chamber, whatever. Yeah.
I associate Rainforest Cafe with like vacation. I didn't see that as like a mall thing. And Barnes & Noble is just far better in every single way. Barnes & Noble.
2-2 right now. KB.
We're talking smells. That's an elite smell.
It
All
is.
timer.
Mhm.
KB.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble.
You could get Pokemon cards in there. I used to buy Magic cards in Walden books.
It wasn't even for readers. You'd go and you'd flip through like the Guinness Book of World Records or
Yeah, it was shockingly like accessible for non-readers.
dinosaurs and- yeah,
Yeah. I feel like people kind of associate with almost being a library, which it really wasn't.
it was grand.
Yeah. Fun ass
Embassy
time.
Suites.
Cheah.
I talked about this in the Yak a long time ago, but Barnes & Noble hosted the hardest I laughed in the early aughts.
The hardest he's ever.
God, he
In
really
that
picked
decade.
up on the
But-
odds thing.
Yeah, that was
But
fast.
They also were a top 3 in the 90s because it was right next to a Chili's, and my friend Peter was having a birthday party at Chili's, and me and my friend Brad, I think my mom dropped me off and gave me money to give to Peter for his birthday, and instead I went into Barnes and Noble and bought him a gift card and couldn't stop laughing because that was so much worse than money.
Oh yeah. So it was like that was one of your biggest laughs.
Yes, because we just concocted this scheme.
Tell them your biggest laugh.
Yeah.
Ever. His biggest laugh ever.
Biggest laugh.
You
of
work
the-
with some
of the-
funny people, and we do funny stuff. I think often.
of the aughts was Drew Bennett was ranked
created a
as
monster.
the fantasy #1 wide receiver on the cover of a magazine, and it was like end of June is like typically when fantasy magazines come out, and he was on the cover, wide receiver 1 must draft, and me and my friend Alex just in tears laughing just the store. and reading the description and stuff. I mean, he had a
Wait,
very
that was
good.
it. that was the punchline.
That was it.
Drew Bennett's a little bit like big wide receiver, not fast or anything like that. Is very shy. I mean, he's like a wide receiver 10 type guy. Especially after the year he just had.
I was waiting for the punchline the whole time. It had already been delivered.
So just
was
a
the
guy
hardest
that
he's
you
laughed.
had lower ranked as in your wide receiver rankings.
He wasn't one at all. He was about 10.
Yeah, and just the fact that he was on a printed magazine.
Like 10th overall or like wide receiver?
No. He was probably like the 10th wide receiver, roughly.
So
Like the 10th best.
Give us an equivalent of like who this year could make you die laughing like that
Why
if you
would-
saw them on the cover.
Like top 10 is still good.
Yeah.
But you can't. There's such a
He's not cover
there's
material.
such a
Like if you saw Nico
Like, it would-
Collins on the cover,
Nico
would you start
Collins, yeah, would that
howling?
make you cry laughing?
yes, that would be hilarious. If Nico Collins was also white in a run first offense.
if Drake London was on the cover of this,
I got Kirk Cousins, not that crazy, but yeah, something to that effect. Yes.
all right.
Calvin Ridley.
Okay. Well, what did you laugh
Now
hard at? Like,
that is okay.
Funny.
That's funny.
I get it
That
now.
was hilarious.
did you die like Peyton Hillis being on the cover of Madden?
That was just weird.
That was weird. A weird time.
Not really though. He was unreal
Saved
that
some
year.
lives recently.
Yeah, he saved his daughter from
He
drowning.
did save someone from drowning. That was really cool.
Nephew,
Nephew, maybe.
Riptide.
Riptide.
Right.
So you're going with Barnes and Noble, Cheah?
Yes.
Barnes and Noble going to move on. On the other side, we have
Wait,
the.
we didn't even vote.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, I started it.
Went all the
You
way
voted
around.
for Barnes and Noble.
I started it.
I voted for Rainforest.
Oh, sorry, you
Cafe.
first for Rainforest
Yeah.
Cafe.
Oh.
Yeah. You screwed me up about that. Barnes and Noble going to move on. On the other side, we have the Dead Sea Scroll Eastern European woman versus Sarku Japan or whatever. Insert your local place here. Starting with you, Cheah.
So
Was there one in the Vancouver Mall? Was it confusing as fuck? Were you just trying to get fucking samples everywhere?
so I do love the older women flirting. I never really experienced
Not older.
that. Well, older than like a teenager that's in the
Yeah.
mall.
Yeah, we were like 10 getting flirted with by probably 19 to 20 year
Right,
olds.
that's sick. But I never got to experience that, so I can't put my full weight behind it. The free samples, like, yeah, I'm hunting those out to this day, so I'll go with the free samples.
One for the free samples, KB.
Oh yeah, they would caress your face. Maybe I'm misremembering this, but that probably never happened. I'm still going with them. The lotion salt women.
The lotion women, Nick.
Yeah, give me the slaves.
Give me these Eastern European lotion
Yeah.
hawking woman. Rudy.
Yeah, this is the battle of luring you in. Free samples or strange foreign women and
The chance of being molested.
yeah.
Yeah, basically eagerly trying to get
hope.
molested.
Dude, every time I went to the mall, I hoped I got molested.
And that.
Rudy, I'm gonna make it 3-1 right now. Tommy.
I gotta go with the Japanese. I just think it's a more core mall experience. Like it happened more than the Dead Sea women. I mean, look, if I got to fuck one of them, that'd be great. But I didn't, and I did get to eat some fucking General Tso's chicken. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the Asians.
If you could have combined these two things, it would have been my heaven. I would have been absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been loving it. Glenny.
Yeah, easily the free samples. I mean,
Easily the free samples.
that's almost as synonymous as the mall for me for the Annie and Cent.
Okay, so we're tied up again. Dead Sea Scroll ladies versus Sarku Japan. David, you're gonna have to break your tie again. Eastern European women.
Oh, he's horny, right?
Yeah, he's horny. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
we
it's
already
a wrap.
know where he's
It's a
gonna
wrap.
I
vote.
gotta
Yeah.
think about what I'm gonna say now because I was gonna say like I only had one experience. I don't think they were Eastern European, but she was bad. Like she. So it's like
You want to be a producer on OnlyFans?
I gotta go just for that one experience. Like
What'd she do?
she literally just told me come over here. She sold jewelry, and she
Yep.
she had me try the jewelry on. I walked out with like 2 rings and I walked out with like 2 rings, a chain, and an anklet. That's how
You got
that's how-
got.
She got
Yeah.
me. She got me real bad.
Oh, you gotta be horny to buy an anklet.
She got me.
We were
terrible.
getting lotion. We were getting utility out of this. You got like a necklace you never wore, an anklet.
I was in like I was 14. Yeah, no.
Yep. That's
She
the
showed me a
time.
little bit of attention. I was like, yeah, no.
It'd be like a T-shirt. I tried to get molested, and all I got was this stupid fucking anklet.
Dude, that's like as bad as like the guys who are like, yeah, like I'm paying like there's a dude that paid like Ruby Rose like 70 like his biggest.
Yep.
That's like as bad like the teenage version of that is buying an anklet from an Eastern European woman at a kiosk. So Dead Sea Scrolls versus Barnes & Noble to go into the finals against Spencer's, which is going to be tough regardless. But Dead Sea Scrolls versus Barnes & Noble. We'll start with you, Glenny.
I'm standing pat with B&N.
BNN. Tommy?
This is hard. This is really hard.
Take your time.
Barnes and
For
Noble's
you, this
great.
should not be hard in my head because it's books versus hot Eastern European blonde big
But
tit
he's
women.
never been pursued by one of
Oh,
them.
true.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
And Barnes and Nobles is more than just books. It's I don't fucking.
They're
read, I
not
still love
blonde. They're not. These women are not blonde.
I'm thinking.
They're usually black hair.
Okay, I'm thinking Eastern Europe.
Usually, I'm picturing black
Ukrainian.
hair. Barnes and Noble. I just feel like anytime I get there, it was like I gotta go fucking get summer reading books. But I don't remember how many times. I do remember loving the idea of these Eastern European women. I'll go Barnes and Noble.
It's
Two.
going through it right now.
Yeah.
What?
You're really going through
I was
it.
a tough one.
2 for Barnes & Noble right now.
Is
Rudy?
Tommy gay? He likes the idea of women.
Yeah. I can really conceptualize what it would be like.
You
It
love
is
what they
kinda
stand
true. I
for.
actually think I like the idea of sex better than sex.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Or sorry, Rudy?
Yeah, I mean Barnes and Noble's
Yeah.
cool, but I can't switch up and jump on the bandwagon now. And it's the Dead Sea Women.
The Dead Sea Women. Nick?
This is where I flip. I'm going Barnes and Noble.
Ooh. Let's
go.
3
I'm
to
with you, Glenn.
1. 3-1 in favor of Barnes & Noble, KB.
Yeah, I can't go too much longer with that. I'm gonna go Barnes and Noble.
Another for Barnes
Were
and
they Eastern European or Persian?
I'm picturing like black hair. I think more Persian maybe.
There were Persians.
Like Armenian. I think no, they were fucking
It was
Armenians.
Mediterranean though. Everything
Yeah.
was like this
Okay.
is like
They
along
were
the
definitely
Mediterranean.
Armenians.
Oh, they might have
could've
been.
been.
They might have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
Could have been Croatian too. There's no way to know.
They were being
Yeah.
paid pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Is all I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Ukrainian busty blonde.
No,
like
God,
Tommy's
no,
dream.
No, I would
I
remember
wish.
that. No,
Yeah.
these
No,
were
no, I think they were darker haired.
darker
think
haired, a
darker
little
haired.
I remember
tanner.
seeing one of them like get out of an Amazon pack.
I don't. Yeah. I don't even think they were hot. I think it was just getting attention from an older girl. I think they were very plain looking.
They might have been.
Misremembering it in like
Yeah.
in our favor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're at that time the height you were like right at.
You see,
Boob
yeah,
level.
you're right there.
Mhm.
Just keep rubbing my hands. Yeah.
This was Cheah's the period in Cheah's life where you were jerking off what like or getting a boner once a period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Cheah, where are you going?
I didn't experience this. This makes me kind of pissed that I never got to live this.
Nah, I think you'd be behind bars.
You would have somehow molested the girl.
Yeah, even though you were 13. Ruling has never come down before.
Yeah.
We are convicting the child.
They didn't have that low of standards though. Like they
No, they didn't fuck
had
with.
good taste.
They didn't fuck with my boy Greg. Cheese.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna go Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. All right, Barnes Noble's going to move into the finals. Before we do our final vote, last sponsor of the day, Body Armor. Shout out to Body Armor. See them right in front of us. You see them all over their Ania studios. Well, we have Body Armor Sugar right in front of us right now. We love Body Armor Zero Sugar. It's brought to you by Body Armor Zero Sugar. It's the brand new Zero Sugar sports drink from our friends over at Body Armor. Provides real hydration, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're looking to stay hydrated or recovering from a long weekend, Body Armor Zero Sugar has got you covered with great tasting flavors like fruit punch and lemon lime. Mentioned it on every Body Armor ad that we do. I don't know what they did with lemon lime here. Just still don't get it, but they fixed it. I've never liked lemon lime flavored stuff before. Love the Body Armor Zero Sugar lemon lime. Body Armor Zero Sugar is available in stores nationwide. Head on over to Walmart and get yours today. Shout out to Body Armor. All right, finals. Spencer's Gifts versus Barnes and Noble. Which one's better? Start with you, Cheah.
I don't read that much. I like magazines. So
Not when
Barnes
Drew
and Noble
Bennett's
has
on
that. But I also love titties.
Yeah.
brother.
Spencer's has more of those. So I think from mall experience, I could see a mall with no Barnes and Noble. It's harder to me to picture a mall without a Spencer's. So I'm going to say Spencer's.
It's a great point. KB?
This is tough. This is tough. Give me Spence. Give me Spence.
Another one for Spencer's Gifts. Nick?
Spencer Gifts. It is the reason I'm the man I am today.
For better or for worse, Rudy.
It edged out my mom and dad to be the biggest influence on my life.
Rudy.
Cheah bringing up the magazines made me realize something. I mean, that was for me. I loved the magazines, and you referenced the titties, but like they had a lot in Barnes and Noble. You just had to find them in Maxim and stuff like that. So they were there. I did love the magazines. I loved the DuPont Registry as a kid.
You've mentioned this before on this program, and no one knows what it is.
DuPont Registry, the people will know. The people will know. But yeah, it's such a cornerstone. It's like what it means to be American. Like, what other country would this be allowed? It had the most illegal things in the most countries outside of the United States. There are things that would get you banished in that store in most other countries. So it's got to be Spencer's.
Yeah, like a Spencer's Gifts in like Abu Dhabi would not exist for long. They would get shut down quick.
Oh no, it would get cratered.
So Spencer's Gifts, another one. Tommy.
Yeah, Spencer's Gifts.
Tough to beat.
More bad experiences going to Barnes and Noble. No bad experiences at Spencer's Gifts.
Glenny.
Yeah, it's Spencer's. I love Barnes & Noble. Actually, our local Barnes & Noble isn't even in. It's across the street from the mall. It's not in the mall.
You did mention that already.
I know. I said it again, Tom.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You're talking about the one right across from Roosevelt Field?
Yeah.
I would go to
Next
the
to
one
Ben's Kosher
Success
Deli.
more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Spencer's, you literally think of them all. In my mind, I'm thinking of the Annie Ann's and Spencer's. Spencer's is the GOAT.
Yeah. So Spencer's Gifts going to win. A couple of the honorable
yeah.
mentions we have. Steiner Sports, you guys mentioned. That's too
I don't know,
local.
I think that's
for
just
us.
us, but that
very
was-
local, but
Wait,
it
did you
was
guys
great.
not have a Steiner?
No.
Never heard
Cheah,
of
you
that.
did?
Yeah, I mean, there's Steiner Sports is like the best place to get sports memorabilia. If you see it in person.
Yeah,
it looks
our
legit.
mall growing up, they used to have it when you could just go in there and look at all the memorabilia. It
You'd
was
see like a
fucking awesome.
$500 Yogi Berra signed baseball. And
Yeah,
never bought
They used
it.
to get all the players
Did
to
you
go
guys
to.
have a shady guy in your mall that would sell DVDs of like him filming in the movie theater?
Oh, yes. I used
Yeah,
to get those
yeah.
bootleg DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had Rip Off Rick. Who was
Rip off
yeah.
Rick.
I don't know if,
Rip Off Rick. He sold Pokemon cards.
I don't know if we'd get them at the mall, but I know my dad would like occasionally give me some bootleg DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the first watch Taken was on a bootleg DVD and it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too.
That's too
recent.
late. I was gonna say
That movie's like 2007.
Way too
What do you
I
mean?
think I watched like Tarzan from 1999 on a bootleg DVD.
It's not even like on a DVD. That's from like 1995. But Stephen Barry's you guys mentioned as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved.
Abercrombie.
Oh, you guys had those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
the
where we
best.
got our Starberries when Starberries
Yep,
came out.
that's right.
That was
And then
legendary.
I got
the Big Bens.
when I was collecting the beer paraphernalia.
Yeah.
I also got the Animal House college shirt.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
hell yeah.
Stephen Barry's Abercrombie on here as well, but that's kind of like a boring one. PacSun was also heavily mentioned.
PacSun should have been on there.
Yeah, I probably should.
What was the one that was like
Great.
shaped like built like a beach front pier?
Hollister.
It was
Yeah.
super dark, right?
That was Abercrombie. That was
An
Abercrombie's
Abercrombie.
rival. They used to have. I remember they'd always have live look-ins of like Huntington Beach, California, of the
Yeah.
surfers.
Going into Abercrombie was like a legitimate
Oh,
risk. to your health.
dude, you must have loved it, Rudy. For me, as
Yeah.
a fat, it was
yeah.
brutal. It was like walking into gym class. It's like even worse. and I had to get the Abercrombie and Fitch because they had the bigger sizes. I was the only one with Abercrombie and Fitch. It was so
That's so mean.
yeah,
he was
yeah. Like when I was in 8th grade, everyone had
The shirts were
Abercrombie.
too big just to have Abercrombie.
Yeah.
It had to have Ed Fitch on it.
Glenn's in the back of Fitch.
Because I was in 8th grade. Like I had to be an adult size. It was Abercrombie and Fitch. It was fucking embarrassing.
Radio Shack on here
Here
as
comes
well.
Fitch. Oh my god.
Radio Shack on here as well. Sunglass Hut, but like I feel like it's another boring one.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Brookstone, too close to, similar to Sharper Image, and then Yankee Candle, which another bridge, just a small place. I walk
I used
in.
to buy my chapstick there. They used to have the best chapstick. I bought it in bulk, and then they ran out. They stopped making it.
So again, the
Surprised
winner
the Apple Store wasn't on there.
I threw that out there, but
just
yeah.
freestanding too, though. I don't know if I necessarily associate with them all.
Yeah, but you fuck with like all the like games, and then like you take a picture on the iPhoto.
Yeah.
I like the Persians that sell dated phone accessories.
Yeah. Like an iPhone 5 case still on sale with
I
like
remember my mom bought like a clip for her phone that
Yeah.
like connected to the radio so she could hear her phone calls over the radio.
Yeah.
And it was like, Ma, go on speaker.
what video did
yeah.
you just send?
Okay, so so I'm sending you as a promo for I sent it in the chat if you guys want to watch on your end. So just a promo for next week. Again, make sure you submit your impressions because some of the ones we got are pretty funny. I just pulled the first one off the top of the list. Haven't even watched it yet. Just we could do a live watch
Yeah,
together.
whose phone's going to do it?
So Tommy, put your phone up to the speaker and play it.
This is my impression of Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa from Family Guy. I am standing outside the Park Barrington Hotel because they don't allow Asians inside. Back to you, Diane.
That was actually really good.
That's actually
That
great.
was really good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, shit. These might be good.
Yeah, that was fucking good. So make sure you submit it. I think we'll throw our prize in
Wait,
there.
can we pivot to worst impressions?
To specifically make it, but then it's just people purposely doing them.
I think we're gonna get enough bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get purposely bad ones if we ask for bad.
You're
impressions.
right. You're right. Let's just do good.
Yeah. We'll give the winner a prize. Maybe I'll throw him like $100 or something.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was actually very good. So make sure you submit for the bracket of best impressions. You'll see that link in our bio on YouTube, Rumble on.
We're gonna have special guest Joey Molinaro.
Joey Molinaro will be on. Frank
wow.
Caliendo will be on.
Nice.
Everybody you know that Michael Richards will be on. Everyone will be on there. So make sure you submit your impression
Michael
for that.
Richards does impressions.
No, I just named the next
He does-
comedian. That's on my mind. Yeah,
that'd
bad
be a
ones.
great way to get out of that. I was doing an impression.
So you're an impression of a racist guy.
That's like Tommy's Wanda Sykes.
Yes, exactly. Like Tommy.
You'll hear
Sykes.
that next week. Little
Yeah.
tease.
Can you give us a tiny preview?
That is a tiny preview.
Little
yeah.
tiny preview.
So make sure to submit your impression for that. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.